Lacrosse was created by Native Americans. It was their culture. We adopted it and gave it the respect that it deserved. Quick, fast, powerful.
But a trail check. Oh, look out!
Skillful, all of the athletic traits of many sports. The deeper you get into it, the more fascinating it becomes.
That's domination. He's a machine.
It was a serious matter in that culture. Instead of going to war, they'd play a lacrosse game, and the winner would be the winner of that particular war. He played it just because of the love of the sport. He scored. There's nothing like it.
Oh, what a save! Wide open match winner! Did it! The knockout punch! Jim Brown is ready, Philadelphia is ready, the lacrosse world is ready, and of course the Tar Heels and Terps are ready for the men's lacrosse championship game from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. The former ACC rivals have been playing since 1964, but their 68th meeting is the first time they played for a championship. This is the men's NCAA lacrosse championship presented by Northwestern Mutual. The Terps, they were the top seed at the beginning of the tournament. They were supposed to be here. They held off Brown in overtime in the semifinals. North Carolina unseeded, maybe even a bubble team back on Selection Sunday, but they upset Notre Dame. They blitzed Loyola early, and now they have a chance to play for the national championship. Hello and welcome to Philadelphia. I'm Eamon McEnany. Happy to be joined by Quint Kesnick. Paul Carcaterra is with us down on the field as well, and thank you for making this championship game part of your Memorial Day. And Quint, you take a look at these two programs, Philadelphia and the Link, probably the only place along the East Coast right now where you can say the word drought, because these two programs are looking to end theirs.
Proud programs. What you need to know, Maryland hasn't won a national championship since 1975. Let's go back to the Zapruder film, Frank Urso taking down Navy at Homewood Field in Baltimore. Mike Farrell, a tremendous defender on that team. Bud Beardmore captures his second NCAA title in 3 years. VHS era, well, that's North Carolina, defeating, yes, Towson State in 1991 for their fourth NCAA championship. They were a dominant program in the 80s.
And now as they get a chance to end those droughts, you take a look at their offenses, both led by big boys at attack.
Yeah, North Carolina, how about the performance of Chris Cloutier on Saturday in the semifinal game? 9 goals, an NCAA record, tying performance. Big lefty from north of the border, Burley pulling his way inside, top side. You have to use physical might and take him down defensively. Maryland is led by a Philadelphia native, and he's Philly tough, playing with the eye of the tiger. 6 points against Brown. He had 6 in the quarterfinals. And he's one of the reasons why Maryland has won 16 consecutive games.
For more on Matt Rambo and what he's in store for today, we send it down to the field and bring in Paul Carcaterra.
When you're a young boy playing this game of lacrosse, you dream of this very moment, playing for it all, a national championship. Playing in this game against your childhood best friend, that is not something you account for. Maryland's Matt Rambo and Carolina's Austin Pafani grew up in Philly, played youth lacrosse together, and they, along with their families, remain the closest of friends. Today they match up one-on-one. Rambo, the Terps battering ram, lefty playmaking attackman, against Pafani, the Heels lockdown, rangy defender. 2 All-Americans, 1 matchup with a lifetime of bragging rights on the line.
Exchanging emails with both Mrs. Pafani and Mrs. Rambo this week. They said they've agreed to be frenemies for about 3 hours, but a little bit bittersweet for those families. This Memorial Day, we remember the service, sacrifice, and commitment of those who have defended our country and our freedom. In the world of college lacrosse, you immediately turn your thoughts and prayers to the family of Brendan Looney, who played at Navy, Jimmy Regan, who played at Duke, and Joe Price, the son of the longtime head coach at the Hill School in nearby Pottstown, Pennsylvania. With that in mind, we now turn it over to the public address announcer here at Lincoln Financial Field, Kevin Casey.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate Memorial Day, please rise to honor America and those who support our freedom at home and abroad. And now, please welcome the national anthem girl, Janine Stang, who in 2014 made history as the first person to sing the national anthem in all 50 states, honoring our brave men and women who keep us the land of the free.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We mentioned UNC unlikely making it to the championship game on the bubble on Selection Sunday.
First round trip to Milwaukee, a workmanlike effort, a one-goal win over Milwaukee's best, Marquette, and then in the quarterfinals, a shocking upset of Notre Dame in Columbus, and the emotional moment for head coach Joe Bresci and his family. And then on Saturday, an offensive outburst from the start, a 9-2 first quarter lead. They led 12-2 at one point.
For Maryland, you'd say workmanlike. They've been workmanlike all year.
This was a dogfight in the semis against Brown as Matt Dunn hits the 60-yard shot. The game went to overtime, and it was Rambo to Colin Heacock. And once again, Maryland finds themselves on Memorial Day Monday.
Joe Bresci returned his alma mater to championship weekend for the first time since 1993. Now he's looking to win a championship for the Tar Heels. Would be their first since '91. He was an assistant on that team at his alma mater. His counterpart today, John Tillman, in his 6th season at College Park. 5th Final Four in 6 years. His 4th attempt to win the championship. Of course, Maryland and North Carolina very familiar with each other. They used to be longtime ACC rivals. They played against each other earlier this year. Maryland won that one rather comfortably, 11-8. But as John Tillman told us yesterday, his message to his players was, this is the May North Carolina, not the March North Carolina. And in May, the Tar Heels are loose and they are confident.
Goalie, stay low. Go get him, boys. Go get him. Pass him across. Yeah.
Our officials today, Matt Palem, Peter Buchanan, and Scott McCall. There you see Rambo. Maryland as the top seed in the white. Cloutier in the Tar Heel blue jerseys with Carolina on the helmets. John Tillman knows face-offs will be critical. Stephen Kelly has been the man for North Carolina. He is the spark plug. Maryland will counter with 2. Austin Henningsen, the freshman, and Will Bonaparte. They start with the freshman out of Northport, Austin Henningsen.
I love it. Stay there.
Whose title drought is coming to an end in Philadelphia? We are underway from the link. Who touched it last? They say it's Tar Heel ball. And this is an offense that is clicking. We mentioned the wins over Notre Dame and Loyola, 2 of the better teams defensively, and quite honestly, Quint, the Tar Heels made both of them look disorganized.
putting up monster numbers now. On their first possession, we have seen them run an opener play, which is a set play diagrammed. Offensive coordinator Dave Metzbauer.
This is Michael Tagliaferri. In goal for the Terps, the All-American Kyle Bernlohr. He will play for the Ohio Machine this summer. Goldstock cannot hook up with Cloutier, but Kelly there to keep it Carolina ball. Now Kelly on the redodge against Dunn. Goldstock gets above goal line extended. Can't draw the slide on the short stick Manis. Now he gets inside and scores! They ended up with a short stick on the attackman, and Goldstock makes him pay.
That's a brutal matchup. And Goldstock at 6'2", junior from upstate New York, uses his body, inside roll, underneath dodge. Double team is a tad late. Carolina was clicking in the semifinals. They scored on 9 of their first 10 possessions. And once again, they come out ready to go. Manis needs help.
So again, the Tar Heels flying high early, and you thought that would be important in this one.
And Maryland's the type of team that they like to take the early lead and kind of grind the game down to their pace.
Kelly too strong for the freshman, wins it to himself, bounces off Isaiah Davis-Allen. And gets it to Jizokis for another North Carolina possession.
Couple keys for the Tar Heels. Steve Pontrello has to be the party starter, 0 in blue. I love his speed, his burst as a goal scorer and as a feeder. He can draw double teams. And then North Carolina's going to have to defend the long Maryland possessions. I'm talking about possessions that go longer than a minute. Slide, rotate, recover, and then do it again, and do it again. Show toughness and show discipline.
So now they have a short stick on Cloutier. That was a disaster for Loyola. All he did was get 9 goals against the Greyhounds. Now McBride draws the slide, shot in the goal! Cannon, like a cannon, 2-0 Heels.
Carolina can kill you in so many ways. One of the main, they will roll 6 high school attackmen out on the field at all times. Guys who are like chameleons, can play inside, outside, attack short sticks. Brian Cannon never played midfield until he arrived at Chapel Hill. The sophomore stinging at high crease. This offense is on fire. They have not been held under 13 goals in their last 6 outings.
Double invert. Maryland zones it up in front in that 4-man little diamond. And Pons, 43 in white, was just late on the scene.
2 goals in 53 seconds. We mentioned it. They made Notre Dame look normal defensively. They made Loyola look disorganized defensively. And now Maryland has to go to the answer book and figure out plan B, because they're winning their matchups and they're drawing early slides.
Watch 24 in blue here. Kelly, relentless on these loose balls.
Looks like he's going to get called for a push. But his stamina is a question, because he was a workhorse Saturday against Loyola, and it was very hot and humid. And he was wearing down. He came up with 2 huge wins late, but he was wearing down against the Greyhounds. How much does he have left in the tank on the quick turnaround?
He's taken 411 faceoffs this season. The rest of the team combined has taken 36.
In goal for the Tar Heels, Brian Balcom. Redshirt sophomore out of Long Island. And there's an early shot for Heacock, but someone stepped in the crease for Maryland. Looks like it was Rambo.
Rambo setting a pick at the point behind. Probably got bumped by a Carolina player, but ends up left side of your screen. See what happens. This is a common 2-man game, a little pick.
Yep.
Rambo's got to be a little more diligent with his feet.
So the Heels get it right back. Bedard on the clear. Now Cloutier. Clear out. Cloutier trying to get pushed off his mark by Pons, runs through the slide and scores! Did they see the tape on Saturday? You got to body him up. What a start for North Carolina.
He's listed at 215, and after meeting him yesterday, I'm not buying it. He's about 225. The key for him Saturday and today, those clean white shorts. Somebody's got to put him down.
Not the start John Tillman and the Terps were looking for. They are on the ropes early in Philadelphia. North Carolina has had the ball 3 times. They have scored 3 goals. So it's time for the Terps to talk things over with an early timeout. Joe Bresci's offense picking up right where they left off against North Carolina and Loyola. Cloutier gets to the middle of the field, too strong for the Terps, and the Heels are rolling early.
The NCAA Men's Lacrosse Championship is presented by Northwestern Mutual. We help.
During the Buick Memorial Day sales event, pay no interest for 5 years, plus get $2,250 purchase bonus cash on the 2016 Buick Encore.
An early time to go to Plan B for John Tillman because North Carolina was ready for Plan A. We mentioned that they have been here before. This is the first time they were supposed to win on Championship Monday, but they certainly are playing with a burden.
You look at some of the recent championship history. The issue in those games was a lack of offense. They scored a combined 15 goals in 3 championship losses. And the Heels' formula for success continues in the postseason. Jump out to early leads. They have been unbelievable in the first 5 minutes of ball games in this tournament.
Joe Bresci told us before the quarterfinal, this is a team playing with house money, and certainly that has been on display in the 2 games and the start to this one since. Loose, confident, and oh, by the way, very talented. Kelly pushes it forward and wins it for Carolina. He is a threat, but Isaiah Davis-Allen cuts him off.
Stephen Kelly sets the tone. Great high school running back, strong safety.
This is a Maryland defense that is not used to getting peppered and carved apart. They are veterans, and they have been on lockdown pretty much throughout the whole season, Paul.
Kevin Connery, the D coordinator, not happy with his defense, lack of communication, and the inability to fight through picks, telling the D-man, you got to stay high, anticipate the 2-man game from behind with Carolina freeing up Cloutier.
That's their first missed shot of the ball game. As Goldstock had time and room, but couldn't put it on Cage. Now Pontrello turns Muller around. This is McBride being guarded by Adam DeMillo. Well, here comes a double, and he holds on to it. Now Goldstock being guarded by the short stick. This ended up in a goal earlier, and he gives it up.
Nice job by Maryland to flush that matchup. They doubled it early.
Short stick on Pontrello could be a disaster. Here's time room, bullseye! Way too easy for the Heels right now.
Cannon's got a pair. Watch how Pontrello now, with that short stick matchup, gets the switch, but behind it, Maryland's all sorts of confused. Isaiah Davis-Allen inherits it. He does a nice job against Pontrello, but the adjacent defense is too sloughed in and too soft. 41 in white, Bryce Young has got to get on his horse, and Bernlohr has yet to make a stop.
Pontrello knows, too, when he has that short stick, the attention and the slide is coming quickly. He knows he's not going to free up as a Dodger, so kind of play with that defense. Let them slide. Keep your head up, and the middle is going to be wide open. Cannon cashing in.
Henningsen wins it forward. Nice hustle by Kelly as he knocks it out of his stick right before he lets go of the shot, but they get it back. Could that be the break? Maltz with the interception on Botham, and then the easy slam dunk, and the Terps are on the board.
This is goaltending 101. When you're making outlet passes, you must move your feet and step around the sticks. Ball comes through that flat-footed. Great hustle by Maltz and company. Like a quarterback in the pocket, you cannot throw the ball through sticks like that. You must move your feet and step around the pressure. Great play by Maltz. Picked it clean.
So the Terps needed something to go their way, and they get a big break.
Or at least pump. A pump fake. Those guys jump up in the air. You can locate the sticks and find a seam.
Kelly wins it easily. Isaiah Davis-Allen trying to get to him, and he does. Now Goldstock carrying against Pons.
Maryland is not accustomed to losing so many one-on-one matchups defensively. And Carolina's got them on the ropes in terms of their principles.
Loyola tried zone on Saturday. You wonder if that's next. It certainly looks like they might be settling into one. Here's Tagliaferri out of California going to work on Isaiah Davis-Allen. Matchup of All-Americans. Lefty shot off the cage. Pontrello has a step above goal line extended. Burnlaw makes the stop and gobbles up the rebound. Paul, what are your keys for the Terps?
Rambo, the passer, we know what One and White can do as a Dodger. When he is drawing and dumping, this offense for the Terps flourishes. And then force Cloutier behind. When Carolina's lefty Canadian gets to his strong hand in the middle of the field, it is slam dunk city. The Terps need to force him behind into his right hand.
Well, he already ran through one stick check for a goal. Now, can the Terps generate some offense? Here's Henry West. Cole, senior out of Canada, probably the best passing midi in Division I lacrosse, picked up by Ryan Macri. Rambo has not forced the issue against his good friend Pafani. Here's Heacock being guarded by the talented freshman Rowlett. Now they force the switch. Rowlett picks up Rambo. Now Pafani goes out and gets his old friend. They're shutting off Isaiah Davis-Allen, so it's basically 5 against 5 here. Isaiah Davis-Allen, bottom of your screen, right under the score there. Now West. Tar Heels starting to chirp for a shot clock. Maltz, will he go to work on the short stick? He's had a big NCAA tournament. Sees the slide coming. And here's the shot clock. So 30 seconds to shoot for the Terps. Heacock now with the big little. Has a short stick on him and Bedard. Brett Bedard, the junior, out of Annapolis, Maryland, on Heacock. Now he draws a double. Heacock scored the game-winning goal in overtime against Brown to keep the season alive for Maryland. 12 seconds to shoot. Isaiah Davis-Allen, normally a defender, forces the issue, shoots, and that'll knock off the shot clock. They go right back inside, and West scores! Maltz with the look, West with the handle.
Now, I'm a huge fan of what Carolina did initially. They decided to shut off Isaiah Davis-Allen and play 5-on-5. Late in the possession, they let him get the ball. What that does now is it's asking the Carolina defense to shift and change its defensive approach in regards to its sliding package. Kind of got them out of that funk, open the seam for the Terps.
West has had a solid NCAA tournament. He has found his shooting stroke down the stretch.
All right.
He will play for the Florida Launch in Major League Lacrosse.
Thank you. Good. You go right there.
Matt Palin puts the ball between the two sticks. Henningsen and Kelly again. Henningsen pops it forward. Gooses it to his teammate. It'll be Maryland ball.
Great play by 18 and White, the freshman.
Wesley Janik gets the ground ball. Henningsen had a great start to his career at Maryland. Got hurt, dinged up a little bit. but has returned in time for the Big Ten tournament, now the NCAA tournament. He will play on the under-19 World Team this summer. So now the Terps with the ball and on a modest 2-goal run. This is their second midfield line. This is Lucas Gradinger out of California. Rambo's got Young up top. Rambo's going to keep it himself, draws a flag. So there's a penalty on the one-on-one matchup, and then I think a Terp went into the crease to force the issue.
Blue, 28. Technical interference, 30 seconds.
So that was the call off the ball on Tate Chizokis.
Player ended up in the crease. See the interference right in front of the crease. Cutter, he's interfered with. He lands in the 9-foot diameter of that crease. Terps see him up.
Maryland extra man converting at 46% this year. Rambo has 4, Heacock has 3.
Cole, 45 and white, the key guy.
Wow! Matt Rambo. The last time a southpaw dropped a hammer like that in this town, Apollo Creed didn't get up.
Gauging a player's velocity and distance is on the goalie in the perimeter defense. I think this shot kind of caught everybody off guard. He just steps into about 11 and zings this one. Too much power. Again, watch the feet, the hips, the torque, the shoulders, and the follow-through. Shoots it right off the shoulder of the defender. No chance. Liquid smoke.
Young Bucks take notice. When you're an outside shooter, use the defender who's coming out to play you as a screen. Brian Balcom has no clue the release point or where that ball's going, and tack on 95 plus, no shot.
So Kelly violates on the face-off, so it'll be Maryland ball. That's the first violation of the half. If North Carolina violates 2 more times in the half, it'll be a penalty. But unlike Loyola and Notre Dame, Maryland has answered the first bunch of flurries from North Carolina.
That's the experience factor. Team of leaders with a even-keeled disposition. From goalie Kyle Bernlord to defender Matt Dunn, Isaiah Davis-Allen a leader. A lot of experience, a lot of big game experience, and I think it just showed up there, coming back from that 4-0 deficit.
Now Kenna on the ball. Now they got Heacock on a short stick again. He goes right to work on Bedard. Shoots high. So North Carolina has plenty of depth on defense, and we're seeing that now with Joe Kenna, 37 in blue out there, and 88. Kyle Matthew. There's Rambo and Pafani. Still have the short stick on Heacock. Bedard trying to shut him off. So they pull Young and Rotance. This is Rotance. Now he's picked up by a short stick. It's McBride, William McBride guarding Rotance. Rotance draws a slide from Kenna. Kenna falls down. Someone's got to be open. Now Heacock.
Get the ball out of your stick when you're double.
Terps making the heels work on this possession. Now they got a short stick on Maltz. He attacks that. 3 guys slide to him. Rambo doesn't pull the trigger. Has Heacock coming around, who makes the grab. Stop Balcom. Rebound for Maltz. He scores! And we are tied. Maltz in the right place at the right time for the second time for John Tillman.
Rambo won't get the assist, but credit the maturation process of a pure sniper early in his career. Single-digit assists now, approaching 30. He knows the defense is coming to him. He spots his line mate, Colin Heacock, dings the pipe. And this is what you want out of your third attackman. Be in the right spot at the right time. Crash the crease, always looking for rebounds.
Scrappy goal by the Terps. I really thought Rambo should have reversed the ball up through the top. Maryland had a significant numbers advantage on the weak side of that formation. He jammed it into the sneak man. But Maltz has been playing at a high level in the tournament, hasn't he?
He had a hat trick against Syracuse. He had a hat trick against Brown. North Carolina hasn't touched the ball in 9 minutes and 41 seconds, and that clock will keep on ticking. The freshman has made an adjustment in the face-off game. Now can the Tar Heels make an adjustment defensively? They had to battle against Marquette. The Golden Eagles didn't go away. Their fans were into that ball game, but they really kind of put Notre Dame and Loyola away early. Loyola made it somewhat interesting in the second half, but they never had to battle in the first half for North Carolina like they are right now.
Common theme between Marquette and Maryland, two teams that love to play stingy D and half-field offense. Notre Dame and Loyola will press a little bit more.
Now West. Here's Maltz with those 2 goals already, draws Pafani. Skip pass gets through to Rambo. That shot got knocked down. Heacock with another rebound, and he gets popped.
Wow.
Helmet comes off.
Both guys are down.
And he goes into the crease. Scary moment here for Colin Heacock. It looks like Jack Rowlett.
Both helmets came off. Jim Brown in our open talked about the elements. That's a football-like collision in front of the crease.
Jack Rowlett, the freshman.
Rowlett got pegged by the shot, I believe. And then Heacock took a big shot in front from a Tar Heel defender. Boom, right there, Heacock.
The head pretty much to the hip of Pafani. Oh. So hope 2 in white and 33 in Tar Heel blue are able to return to this one as they get checked out by the medical staff.
Rowlett, 33 in blue. That freshman right there, in my estimation, the best freshman defender in the game this year.
After that shot, Carolina gets the ball. Maryland player actually stepped into the crease. That's why Carolina possession.
It's actually Heacock who ended up in the crease after getting hit by Pafani. So Louis Dubik, 32 in white, now out there to replace Heacock. And it looks like Kenna will replace Rowlett defensively. It's been a while since the Heels have had the ball. Simpson gets a step, draws the slide. Now the South Jersey product, Steve Pontrello, being guarded by Tim Muller.
Pontrello's his best when he plays like he's shot out of a cannon. Don't dance, just run.
Now he gets picked up by, note, they switch back. They get the long stick back on Pontrello. Now Simpson, straight out speed, beats his man, makes one pass. Wide from Tagliaferri. Tagliaferri will invert Isaiah Davis-Allen. Maryland defense and Kyle Bernlohr have settled in after that shaky start. Greg Danseglio on Cloutier. Now the 2-man game. They get a short stick on Pontrello. Off the pick, gets his hands free, hits the crossbar. This will stay in play for Kelly. Patrick Kelly gets it over to Tagliaferri. Long possession for these Maryland defenders now. Tagliaferri can't put it on Cage. He's winning his matchup. He's getting a step on the shorty.
He's the guy for Carolina from a north-south old-school dodging standpoint. It's Tags.
And from behind, it's Pontrello. Off the pick. An easy look for Pontrello, and they're back on top.
He's a man of few moves, but a well-timed pick by Cloutier. Maryland defenders are lost in the wash. From the goalie's vantage point, you got to take away the inside post. But Pontrello just with a little head and shoulder fake. Bernlohr can't match up stick on stick. What a great season. Pontrello had been playing midfield for 3 years. Coming into this year, 37 combined goals in his first 3 seasons. And he's approaching 50 on this season alone.
He now has 48.
Yeah, I don't like it. Let's get up, get up. Let's move it right here. Down.
Right, so they're going to move over to a spot with some more grass. Field's taking a beating this week with a lot of rain and a lot of lacrosse. Maryland's won 4 face-offs in a row.
We're good right there. Set.
Kelly can't come up with it. Henningsen pushes it back. And Kelly, with strength to hold everyone off, and wins it for North Carolina. They got a man wide open in the middle of the field if they want to give it to him. But Luke Goldstock says, not right now, big fella.
He looked at him and said, who is that?
Kyle Matthew.
Let me see, what's your number?
So now Goldstock being guarded by Bryce Young.
It's the old look away. You see someone open, you find out exactly who he is and his stick skills. No thanks.
So McBride's out there. This is Cannon, who has 2. And now Timmy Kelly moves it along. Quick slide from inside. Cloutier can't handle the pass, but it should stay Carolina ball, and it does. So that gives them a chance to reset the offense. They get the call from Dave Metzbauer. .115 left in the quarter. Kelly draws the slide. Man's wide open. Time, room, bullseye!
Luke Goldstock in his money spot. Last year he played with Jimmy Bitter, Joey Sankey. He was the righty guy that loved to unleash from long range. It is the rotating defense of Maryland that can't catch up to the quick ball movement, the aggressive dodging nature of the heels. Take a look at Luke Goldstock. Big time stud junior attackman. No Sankey, no Bitter. Pontrello and Goldstock and the emergence of Cloutier have given the heels a vaunted front line.
Great example of team offense, getting that ball out of your stick when you're double teamed and then attacking the weak side or far side, just like college basketball. Draw 2, ball reversal, spin, and either take the outside shot, or that would have been a great opportunity for Goldstock to pump and go. But Carolina just sharing the ball so well with all 6 points.
And you know, it's funny, Paul mentioned Joey Sankey and Jimmy Bitter not being here, and you say, well, they're not as talented as they used to be. They're still very talented. It's just now some guys like Pontrello, Simpson, Cloutier are healthy and playing more.
I got 20 Under Armour All-Americans on this team.
20?
20, that's the most.
I would say
it's the most in the field. Maryland, I believe, has 14 on their roster.
So now deep.
But teams like Brown,
Under Armour All-Americans.
Yeah, teams like Brown, who played on Saturday, had 0.
So now 25 seconds left for the Terps to answer. North Carolina scored the first 4. Maryland responded with 4 straight. Now the Tar Heels on a 2-goal run. This is West. Can't win his matchup. Feed inside, catch made, and they score! Connor Kelly loves playing against the Heels. And he just brought Maryland within 1.
We spend a lot of time talking about the great dodgers and the great shooters, but this is a wonderful cut. When your defender is staring at the ball, and he's a ball watcher, and you see the back of his helmet or the name on the back of his jersey, it's a great time to cut the alley. You see, oh, the midfielder got caught staring at the ball. It was Jazokos.
7 goals in 2+ games for that man against North Carolina. He had 3 in the quarterfinals last year, 3 earlier this year, and now with 11 seconds left, plenty of time to win the face-off and get a goal for either team. Kelly certainly can initiate offense for the Heels.
We're gonna stand back up. Things moving, guys. Things moving. All right, it's like my golf game. All right, guys, we go right here now. All right, guys, down.
Well, the officials
pretty
making
choppy.
cracks about his golf
the
game.
field's pretty choppy.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna still move you over a little bit. All right.
Good job by the official to find a solid chunk of grass.
2 games Saturday, 2 Sunday. Field was covered with a tarp overnight.
This way.
And Kelly jumps, so now that's 2 violations. That's something we have to keep in mind in the second quarter. See if that makes him gun shy at all. I think they're going to discuss.
With the game clock operator, please reset to 11.6. There's a pre-whistle violation. Thus, no time should have came off the clock. 11.6.
And that also allows Maryland to get offensive personnel out there. So Scott McCall with the call. But again, 2 violations now on Stephen Kelly. We have seen that have a huge impact on games throughout this season. Here's Young, being guarded by Mathai. Goes right down the alley, gets the shot blocked by Pafani. And Kenna picks up the ground ball. And that'll do it for a high-flying first quarter. First, it was the Tar Heels for Joe Bresci flying off the bus and flying out of the locker room. Goldstock started the party with the first goal. They scored 4 straight. But then Maltz and Rambo came right back. Pontrello has 1. The Heels lead by 1 after 1. An offensive outburst for both teams as North Carolina leads Maryland 6-5 after 1. And as we came on to start, we mentioned 2 tradition-rich programs, and North Carolina had started back in the 80s.
Back-to-back undefeated seasons and national championships in 1981 and 82 with head coach Willie Scroggs and great players like Tommy Sears, Peter Vogel, and John Hawes. They upset their way, a little redemption tour in that 86 tournament. Tom Hawes, Gary Seibold, and goalie Barney Aburn. Took the title in 91, played for it in 93 in what was a tremendous championship game at College Park against the talented Syracuse team, and haven't been back to championship weekend until this year.
Of course, Joe Bresci, a proud graduate of North Carolina, one of the best players in the history of that school, and it meant so much to all the Tar Heels that he was able to lead them back in an emotional way over Notre Dame. Now, Isaiah Davis-Allen picks it up, and now they're going to make a call.
Wing play. Guys are going to be trying to hooking, running their opponent off the ball.
Terp fans felt that was a pretty late call, but it gives the ball to North Carolina to start the second quarter. And Quinna, see if this possession settles in. The impact of the 2 violations now on Kelly with 14:30 to play in the second quarter. At the face-off game as Simpson makes the dodge.
It's on him. He's got to show patience.
Now Tagliaferri draws a slide, gets his hands free, easy save for Burnley. Lob gets to Isaiah Davis-Allen, who gives it up to DeMillo. Now Isaiah Davis-Allen still out there. Now he'll come off.
Maryland can run. They proved that on Saturday against Brown when given the opportunity. They've been playing at a much faster pace this season as compared to other versions of the Terps that have shown up on Memorial Day Monday.
I mean, as we pointed out, this is the first time under John Tillman that they're the favorite. They're supposed to win this game. 11 against Virginia, probably a pick-em game, and certainly their last 2 games here, last year against Denver. West with a shot going away from the net. Not sure if that's what the Terps were looking for in that possession, as Rowlett runs it down. Paul, what do you have?
Chris Fifes is happy with that stop for Carolina. I said too much ball watching for his defense. He said, guys, when you're approaching the ball, your chest is facing the ball. I need you sideways. I need your head on a swivel. I need you anticipating your man and where the ball is. More of a team effort.
Good to see Colin Heacock and Jack Rowlett back on the field, down at the other end now with Carolina with the ball. And Kelly barking out instructions. This is Cannon carrying. He has 2 already.
Defense is about communication. On every exchange, your responsibility changes. Starts with the goalie. As you get tired, it's going to be tough to talk your way through some of these situations. As the crowd gets loud, you've got to be loud, and it's a constant conversation among defenders.
Now, Brian Cole's out there on defense. He's a tremendous offensive player, but doesn't get a whole lot of reps on defense, and now he's on Goldstock. So if the Tar Heels can recognize this matchup, they will go to work on it. And here it is. How quickly do they slide to this matchup? very quickly. Now Cole's got to recover, so now he's on Cannon. Officials talking it over. Are they about to hit Carolina with a shot clock? Off the pick play. Kelly rolls back. Now Cannon. The shot clock is on. Pontrello being guarded by Cole. Let's see how quickly he goes to work on the offensive player. Setting him up. Now they draw the switch. Surprised at that. 13 to shoot. Cloutier will take a run at the short stick. Slide, foul, pulls his way in. Now I don't know if the goalie touched that. Shot clock still on with 3 seconds. If you're Pontrello, you roll it in the corner. And there they do. So now they can set up the ride and get defensive personnel on the field. They had an opportunity with Cole out there, and they really didn't force it.
Cloutier is a load. And sitting down with him yesterday and talking to him, he's put together. He is jacked. Not the fastest cat in the world, but you see the power when he gets that momentum going. It's tough to stop.
Hey, Q, who do you have on the race? Mile. What about the race, Q?
He says he can run a 6-minute mile.
Says he has. Says he will time it, put it on Twitter and Instagram and show it to us all. Clark says he'll get down there in the fall for fall ball and challenge him.
So Clark doing intervals on the treadmill.
Gradinger draws 2. Loses it. Great team defense by Connell and Pufani. A couple of veterans for Joe Bresci causing the turnover. Evan Connell playing in his last game for the Tar Heels.
No hesitancy there. You go for that double team, you pinch him and stay on it.
Now Tagliaferri goes back to get it on the clear.
Maryland was offsides and got away with one. Here's the defense left side of your screen. The double, but they stay on it. Look at how relentless they are, and they chase him down.
So it's now Tagliaferri, Kelly, and Simpson. Now Rotan, 7 and white, is out there defensively, so they have another opportunity to take a run at an offensive player if they choose to do so. Instead, it starts with Kelly against Dan Seglio. He draws a slide. Here's a shot for Goldstock. He is feeling it right now. He's got a hat trick already.
Carolina's shot location, mostly high shots. They're staying away from Bernlohr's feet. And that's the book on the senior goalie from Ohio. Once again, team offense. Off a pick, you draw 2. Defense hedges too far. And Goldstock off that right shoulder of Bernlohr. Great location.
Stinging his offside pipe too, and watching the Carolina players in warm-ups, they know Bernlohr, the lefty, they've been owning his offside here.
There you go. Let me see some
Goldstock's taken 5 shots. He scored on 3 of them.
Right there. Set.
Henningsen forces it back. Isaiah Davis-Allen runs it down. He's got a man wide open, but too long for him to make the pass, he decides. So he plays it safe. Maryland's won 8 of 14 faceoffs. So what appeared going in to be an advantage for North Carolina, that script has flipped right now. Fani goes out on Rambo, forces the pass. Now Connor Kelly throws a quick double. And Heacock has him hung up. Fani picks the side. Now Rambo being guarded by the short stick. One of the best in the country, but it's still a short stick. Mathai draws the slide. Now Kelly, hands free, save Balcom. He went down for that one. Quick outlet. to Jizokis. They got numbers. They got a trailer. Here's Mathai. Back to Jizokis. They got a tip on the pass. Cloutier able to pick it up. And Joe Bresci takes a timeout with 8:24 to play in the half. Valuing that possession that his defense earned for him.
He likes it. He likes it.
Hey, they're loose. It's a loose group.
Brian Balcom, last 5 games. Improved play between the pipes. An aggressive step. Sees the ball. In the pocket, off the lip, in the air, at the contact point. From goalie cam, boom.
Your friend Bob Stone is a dangerous psychotic.
This is Facebook's fault. He sent me a friend request.
And you accept it.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that to me.
I need your super sweet accounting skills to save the entire world. You're like a chocolate Google. Boop, boop, boop.
Bob, stop it. I'm not going to prison over this, Bob.
We're gonna be totes fine.
I'm not totes fine right now.
Central Intelligence.
Do you ever like Snapchat?
Oh, no. You know, it's
I wasn't
tough.
talking to you.
Rated PG-13.
No way, it's a Chevy.
It's the Chevy Memorial Day sale. Time to get the crossover that's right for you. Trax, Equinox, or Traverse.
It's very impressive.
It's awesome.
This is incredible.
It'll be a good road trip car. The Wi-Fi is cool.
It's fancy.
I love it.
Get more than you expect for less than you imagine during the Chevy Memorial Day sale.
Current qualified competitive lessees can get this Chevy Equinox LT for around $189 a month. Plus, find your tag and get an additional $500 lease cash on select Equinox vehicles in stock.
The new Chase Freedom Unlimited card earns you unlimited 1.5% cash back on everything you buy. The cash back is unlimited, and you can spend it on anything, like whatever the next ad is selling. Get the new Chase Freedom Unlimited card.
Announcing Pizza Hut's new Applewood smoked bacon and melty cheese in the crust. Pizza Hut's bacon stuffed crust pizza is here, now with Applewood smoked bacon and loaded with cheese. Just $12.99, only at Pizza Hut.
The Giants have a knack for winning it all, like in 2010, 2012, and 2014. So here we are in 2016. Sensing a pattern yet? Sunday Night Baseball.
Waking up in the mornings and going to practice is tough, but what he's going through, what his family's going through is really, really tough. It makes us really appreciate the opportunity that we have.
Happy birthday, dear Finn. Happy birthday to you.
That was the scene in Maryland's locker room Saturday after they held off Brown. Finn Crimmins turned 6 on Sunday, and he's been a part of this program since November when John Tillman's former Cornell teammate Timmy Shea and Team Impact put the two together. Finn is battling cancer, and as Matt Rambo told us on Friday, he touches us because he's fighting harder than anyone can imagine, and we are playing for him. And certainly a source of inspiration for both the Terps and Finn Crimmins, and his family can't say enough about what this group of young men have meant to Finn and their family. Just so you know, Team Impact does a tremendous job. Maryland, not the only program that is doing something similar. Team Impact is looking for teams and looking for sports programs across the country to help. So they do a great job. Maryland did a great job, and happy birthday to Finn Crimmins.
That connection. A lot of the Terps cut their hair.
Before the quarterfinal game, Finn had to shave his hair for some treatment, so a bunch of the Terps followed suit before they played Syracuse and did the same.
That last possession by Carolina, really the first sloppy turnover in the half field sets. They've been operating at just an amazing level with precision passing, and cutting, and spacing, shooting.
Terps have scored on only one of their last 6 shots. There's Pat Young, being guarded by Bedard. So they pull Rotance, number 7 in white. Quick slide now to Gradinger. Young gets some space on Bedard, but he's able to quickly recover.
He wants his right hand.
Now Rambo goes to his right hand, picks up the switch from Bedard, but only momentarily. Officials have been rewarding defense throughout the first half with the shot clocks. Great double there. But John Tillman takes a timeout. So John Tillman realized Young was in trouble. So he keeps the possession alive with a timeout. And ESPN will be at Wrigley Field for back-to-back games between the Dodgers and Cubbies this week, with 9-0 Jake Arrieta and the Northsiders trying to make history tomorrow at 8 Eastern. Then Wednesday for Game 3 of the 4-game series. Both games are on ESPN, also streaming live on Watch ESPN and the ESPN app. I guess it's only appropriate that we talk about Maryland and North Carolina looking to get back on top. A couple of baseball teams who haven't won it in a while. And if you're just joining us, North Carolina jumped out to a hot start, and the main guy, #1, Luke Goldstock.
This game in New York, 6'2", and he loves the fact that Maryland puts a midfielder on him. Shows a little underneath move. The range he's always had. You know, last year, as a sophomore, put up 50 goals as mainly a shooter, complementary Jimmy Bitter and Joey Sankey. This year, he's become more of a ball carrier, vision and versatility. He's got a hat trick.
Set a school record last year with 50 goals on the season, breaking the record held by the All-American Dennis Goldstein, who's a Philadelphia native and has, of course, been here all weekend as they'll honor that '91 championship team at halftime. So what a weekend here in Philadelphia for the North Carolina lacrosse program. Yesterday, their women won the national championship, knocking off Maryland. Here at halftime, the '91 team's going to be honored. And, of course, oh, by the way, Joe Bresci looking to win the first championship and bring that trophy back to Chapel Hill for the first time in 25 years. Let's check in with Paul.
Just in the Maryland offensive huddle, and head coach John Tillman called the timeout when Pat Young had the ball because the offense was completely out of sorts. Always wants an offensive player in the crease, regardless of their formation. If it's a 2-3-1 or a 1-3-2, they have to have crease presence for their ball movement, but also to make it more difficult for North Carolina to slide there. So look for Dylan Maltz, 25, in white, to be the mainstay, the guy inside for the Terps.
That's where he is now.
Carolina may have switched their defense.
West
into a zone. They did. North Carolina off that timeout.
Now Rambo has the extra man goal. Pafani pushes him into the double. Kelly inside. That pass gets knocked down by Connell. So Connell's been active here in the second quarter. They said now one official says yes, there was interference. Cole got dumped. One official said no, and then another official said yes.
Wow, a little bit of a summer league type game feel there. With the push by Macri, 20 in blue. Rowlett then takes the Terp loose stick that's on the ground and chucks it.
You two are going to get beat up with these summer league references.
They're chirping. I just heard an official say easy 45, so a lot of people starting to talk now. Rambo being guarded by the short stick. West goes low to high and scores.
Take a deep breath, get into your base offense, your offensive progressions, and let them fly. Henry West plagued early in the season with some poor shooting. When he gets the ball on cage, it's tough for goaltenders to stop because he's got heat and he changes release points. That's a pure underhand shot. Once again, Rambo, the passer, one of my keys to the game. He will draw. Will he dump? The answer is yes. Top corner.
Down.
Rambo had 5 assists in the semifinal win over Brown.
Hey,
he's now at 71 points on the season. Coming in at 69, the most by any Terp since 1991. 19th point of the tournament for Matt Rambo. And he loves playing in Philadelphia. He now has 36 career points, excuse me, make that 29 points in 7+ games in Philly. This whistle goes against North Carolina. Maryland's won 9 of 15 faceoffs. That's been a big difference for North Carolina than in the quarterfinal game against Notre Dame and the semifinal game against Loyola. Less than 5.5 to play in a back-and-forth first half. Rambo slips. Now they double. They got a short stick on Heacock. They find that matchup. So William McBride guarding Heacock, and Heacock gets a step. Now he rolls. Quick slide coming. Great play by Pafani. How do they find 14? Now he's on Maltz. Terp fans wanted a flag on Rowlett. Ref saying not right now. Maltz. Quick slide from Pafani again. Cole coming around. Here Bolcom, lefty feeder. And Rowlett stands tall.
This is one of those long possessions now that tests you defensively. Both your legs,
Joe
your
Bresci,
communication.
Joe Bresci here and saying timer, looking for the shot clock, and now it's on. Skip pass gets through, shot high! Kelly loves playing North Carolina.
Back-to-back assists from Rambo, one in white. But the longer this possession goes, the more condensed Carolina gets defensively. How about the skip pass? And all of a sudden, Terp shooters may have found something against Bolcom. Changing levels, low to high. Watch the head of the goalie stick. Comes down just for a fraction of a second. Overpowered by West and now Kelly.
So we are tied at 7 with 4:15 to go in the half. Second tie of the ball game.
Move the stick over. There, move it over again. Keep moving it right there. Now we're straight. Set.
Henningsen pushes it forward. Kelly able to keep it loose momentarily, but the freshman runs it down and gets it back to Denseglio. And now there's a late flag. Connell's going to the box. 2 flags, it looks like. Either that or they were just able to throw it very far.
You can see that coming a mile away.
Oh, nice takeaway by Rowlett, and then he gets a little extra curricular. Things are getting chippy. But Joe Bresci knows he's about to be a man down. John Tillman wants the Terp fans to reward the hard effort by Henningsen. He got the possession, and now he's going to get the penalty.
Unnecessary roughness on you, buddy. Blue, 9-9, unnecessary roughness, 1 minute.
So that's Evan Connell in a nutshell. You say he's playing well, making 2 active plays, and then he gets a little too aggressive.
It's only his 8th penalty of the season, which is good for him, because he has been a repeat offender in his career. Looks like he used his left leg to trip him.
Absolutely. The left
leg. That's clean. That's legal. It's a leg sweep for 2. Takedown.
They get Quinn away from that mat. Now Rambo, of course, smoked one on the last extra man. Maryland looking for its first lead.
Cole, 45 in white, lefty, great hands, great passer here.
Skip pass gets right to the doorstep, and Rambo gives the Terps the lead. What a look by West.
Skip lanes. Look over the defense. They were respecting Cole too much. A seam develops, and a great pass by West. And patience by Rambo, multiple fakes.
Rambo has 2 goals and 2 assists. I mentioned right up the road here, suburban Philadelphia, played at LaSalle College High. He now has 31 points in 7+ career games in the Philadelphia area.
Well, the offensive numbers this year have been great, but you know, you turn on the tape mid-season, and I saw a different Matt Rambo this year. I saw a guy who was going 100% on every loose ball, who was riding his guts out to the midfield line. I saw a guy who was more willing to share the ball, cut down on the turnovers. And at that point, I was like, you know what? This kid's got it now. He's put it all together because he's always been a great goal scorer.
73 points now on the season. And a reminder, coverage of the NCAA Championships continues with the Women's College World Series on June 2nd at 12 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. For more information, log on to NCAA.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. So the door's open for Maryland here because they are winning face-offs, and they're winning their matchups offensively. Again, of course, it's only a 1-goal lead, but Carolina has lived off winning the face-off game in this tournament.
Maryland has more goals in this game than they've scored in their last 3 championship games. When they lost to Denver, they put up 5. When they lost to Loyola, they only scored 3. And back in 2011, when they lost to Virginia, they scored 7. So this is what we're talking about, their firepower this season.
Led by this man, Matt Rambo, playing with the purpose there. That shot blocked. Now, interesting as it goes out of bounds far, they give it to Gradinger. Carolina fans thought Pontrello on the other side of midfield was closest to the ball when and where it went out of bounds. Of course, it happened right in front of the 1991 team that's getting ready to be honored at halftime. Now they chase Young. Heacock, easy save for Balkan. Does he force the issue with Matthew? He does. And he can't make the grab. So Maltz gets it right back. So, high risk, low reward pass there for the Heels, and it burns them. So now, how does John Tillman and Maryland massage the final $1:48 of the half?
That was not high risk. That was a simple exchange that needs to be caught in a game of this magnitude.
It's a body blow. This Carolina defense has been on the field, and Maryland is just rotating new midfielders, relentlessly owning possession, body blow after body blow.
Now Kelly already has 2. Skip pass gets through up top to West. Oh, it rings off the crossbar. Stays in play, and the Heels get it. Jizokis with a smooth ground ball. Now remember, Joe Bresci has a timeout left as we approach 1 minute left in the half. So they got a great look from West. Mike McCarney on the ball, so Maryland playing some fresh legs defensively. Remember, they went to overtime on Saturday. They had the tougher ball game, and they were the later game, so their stamina will be an issue in the second half. Joe Bresci is skewing the timeout right now. As he figures he has the personnel he wants to hold for 1. Simpson, Tagliaferri, and Kelly at the midfield. Here's Simpson. Gets his step. Finds a man open. Cloutier gets underneath. Pushed off at the last second by Dunn. Now Goldstock's had the hot hand. 17 seconds left. Tagliaferri rolls back left. Hands free. Save Burnley. Dunn grabs the rebound. They do not have to clear it. Into the middle of the field. And that'll do it for a very fast-paced first half of lacrosse here in our NCAA championship game. Coming up on the NCAA halftime report, we'll look back at the most memorable moments of 2016. We'll have highlights from that women's lacrosse championship game that we mentioned, and of course, highlights and stats from our first half right here. Let's check in with Paul down on the field.
Coach, you go down 4-0. You score 8 of the last 12. What allowed your offense to come alive?
We won some face-offs. We finally got a couple stops defensively and just showed a little bit more poise and handled the ball a little bit better.
What's the point of emphasis defending Luke Goldstock in that Carolina outside perimeter game?
We weren't very buttoned up there. We let them get spots we didn't really want to let them get to, but credit to them. They're athletic. They're getting to good spots because they're good players.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
John Tillman's Terps have won the last 4 face-offs. Matt Rambo goes to the locker room with 2 goals and 2 assists, 30 minutes away from winning Maryland's first national championship since 1975. That's the end of the first half here in Philadelphia. We'll be back with our halftime report from the link right after these messages. Terps clinging to a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, I go from tragedy to majesty. The victory has been woven into my tapestry. This ain't the type of opportunity that just appears. I made it here because I shed blood, sweat, and tears to get the title I forever have my sights on. This is where I become an American icon. Yeah. If you a champion, show me you a champion. If you a champion, show me you a champion. Cause real champions prove that they're champions. The NBA Finals on ABC.
Get just what you're craving with a McPick 2. Choose any 2 McDonald's classics for $5, like the 100% beef Big Mac, filet of fish made with sustainably sourced fish, or 10-piece chicken McNuggets made with white meat. Enjoy the choice. Find more delicious deals in our app.
At our house, we're always down for more. Case in point, our handcrafted skydiving chamber.
Be hungry for more. Just never be hungry. With premium pepperoni and 100% real cheese.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
This would be a great day to play perfect, wouldn't it?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com.
Wesley Chapel Honda and Tampa Honda. 2 times the selection, 2 times the savings, and better rated than Nissan and Hyundai. Wesley Chapel Honda and Tampa Honda give you our exclusive lifetime warranty and 2 years complimentary maintenance on Civics, Accords, CRVs, all your favorite Honda models. Why would you settle for anything less than the best? Wesley Chapel Honda, just off I-75 at exit 279, and Tampa Honda on Florida Avenue, just south of Fowler.
This world is not meant for you. Run, boy, run. They're trying to catch you. For now, it's time to run. It's time to run.
Order now. Call 1-888-FRONTIER.
Welcome back to Philadelphia in the Men's Lacrosse Championship presented by Northwestern Mutual, a back-and-forth affair. Both teams landing body blows, but at the end of 30 minutes, Maryland on top 8-7 as they try to win their first championship in over 4 decades. Eamon McEnany joined by Quint Kesnick back here in Philadelphia. And Quint, doing these games the last few years, Mondays are usually a slow, plodding affairs because everyone's gassed. Not the case here.
That was awesome. I mean, I've been doing this so long enough. There aren't many first halves that are like that. And you know, if you were with us when Jim Brown talked about all the elements, that first half had a little bit of everything, and it was just tremendous action.
And for North Carolina, it was business as usual, high flying off the bus.
Luke Goldstock gets him going on the first possession, little underneath move when he likes the matchup against a midfield defender. He's got 3 goals right now. Brian Cannon, good team offense. Maryland goes into an invert zone, and Cannon finds the soft spot. Cloutier, who had 9 in the semis, curls top side with his power. Heels led 4-0, but Maryland scored the last 3 goals of the second quarter. Rambo eyes up to Henry West. He changes levels low to high, and then a similar play. It's Rambo drawing 2, Connor Kelly, almost a carbon copy. Terps have 2 extra man goals. You'll see Rambo cherry picking on the post, a great pass from Henry West. That's really the difference in this game, the 2 extra man goals by the Terps.
As we mentioned right when we came on the air, the theme in this matchup is history. North Carolina also with a chance to make history. Their women won it all yesterday, so they have the chance to be the first school since Princeton did it in 1994 to win both the men and the women.
And just a few miles down the road in Chester yesterday afternoon on ESPNU, Maryland Megan Whittle, 3 goals. She had 10 shots. Carolina comes right back. Molly Hendrick, who played a sensational ball game. Carolina took the lead. Maryland came back and made it 7-6, but the Heels rolled in the second half. Allie Messinger was the outstanding player. She had 6 points. Heels 13-7.
For more on that championship, let's check in with Paul Carcaterra.
Thanks, Eamon. With Coach Jenny Levy and the national champion North Carolina women's lacrosse team. An incredible day for Carolina lacrosse, an incredible weekend. But that game against Maryland, 22-0, the Terps came in. No one thought your team would win its 2nd national championship in 4 years. How'd you do it?
A lot of great teamwork, great players, great game plan, great coaches, and we believed in ourselves, even though maybe other people didn't.
Megan Ward, your goalie, 14 saves, a career high. Describe her performance. Where is Megan? Where is Megan? There's Megan Ward. Describe her performance.
Well, Meg's clutch. She was our senior. She's been in this game before. We knew she's going to be great. the chemistry she has with the players on the field, as well as our second goalkeeper, Kaylee. We just felt really confident in her play and what she was going to do. Going back and looking at her saves from yesterday, she was so cocky after she saved the ball. I loved it.
Amazing. Your sons are here. Your husband is being honored with the rest of the 1991 National Championship Tar Heels. The men's team playing here. What is the synergy like between the men's program and the women's at Carolina?
I think it's pretty awesome. What do you think, you guys? Yeah. We're hoping Joe and his team can pull it out today. It's going to be a tough one, but it's a national championship game. It's not going to be easy, and they got to fight all the way through.
Well, you got a whole summer to enjoy this one. Congratulations.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
When we come back to Philadelphia, the halftime report continues as we look back on the memories and images that made 2016 a special college lacrosse season.
Lacrosse World, we're the Lacrosse Network, and this is Paul Rabel.
So, ESPN has given us 90 seconds to do whatever we want on air, and the clock's ticking.
So last night on social media, we asked you guys to ask Paul some questions about winning championships.
Let's head to the stands.
Let's start with Instagram. Max Jan 34, who inspired you in your lacrosse career while you were a kid, and who inspires you now?
Kyle Harrison. We won the national championship on this field, right there.
From Brantley B123, what did you eat before your national championship game?
Cheesesteaks from Gino's.
You ate a cheesesteak before
the night before the game?
That seems like a terrible decision.
I actually ate two.
Oh, what? It's really loud now in the stadium.
Let's find somewhere quiet. All right, this one's from PCAS. What sets a winning team apart from other teams?
It's one thing. It's confidence.
Confidence and cheesesteaks. Apparently that wins championships.
Now for questions from the TLN app. How many championships have you won in your career?
3 in high school, 2 in college, 2 MLL, 1 NLL, 1 World.
Send us your questions right here on Snapchat, and we'll answer them on air. Are pregame jitters good or bad in your opinion?
Jitters are actually really good. It's a sign that your muscle twitches and fibers are ready to explode. It has nothing to do with you being nervous. It actually has a lot to do with you being ready.
Wow. What do you think will be the deciding factor in this championship game?
Who scores more goals? Whoa. Final question. We found 2 fans here at FanFest.
How do you celebrate a championship, Paul?
Awesome question. High fives with teammates and a lot of dancing. Woo! High five.
Same time?
Thank you guys for watching. We want to wish everyone a happy Memorial Day. Thank you to everyone who has served so bravely for our freedom and all of those who continue to serve. We love you very much. Enjoy the second half.
And if you want to ask him more questions, use hashtag AskPaul anywhere on social media, and he'll see it.
See ya!
Hot Pockets.
At our house, we're always down for more. Case in point, our handcrafted skydiving chamber.
Be hungry for more. Just never be hungry. With premium pepperoni and 100% real cheese.
Hot Pockets.
At Domino's, we're known for delivery, but we want to be great at carry-out, too. So to help one store get better, we put them to the test.
Let's have the customers go in. 10 more customers.
Coming through.
10 more. 10 more. We have to pay you in changes, but they're like mostly tourists.
They are coming at me.
All right, send them all in.
Looks like practice makes perfect.
Great.
Put your store to the test and carry out large 3-topping pizzas for only $7.99 each every Monday through Thursday.
The new Chase Freedom Unlimited card earns you unlimited 1.5% cash back on everything you buy. The cash back is unlimited, and you can spend it on anything, like whatever the next ad is selling. Get the new Chase Freedom Unlimited card.
My experience with USAA is awesome. Homeowners insurance, life insurance, automobile insurance. I spent 20 years active duty. They still refer to me as gunnery sergeant when I call. Being a USAA member because of my service in the military. To pass that on to my kids, something that makes me happy. My name is Roger Zapata and I'm a USAA member for life.
USAA. We know what it means to serve. Get an insurance quote and see why 92% of our members plan to stay for life.
Can a car be crafted instead of produced? Designed with attention and care to give a feeling that stays with you. At Mazda, every detail matters because driving matters. The all-new 3-row Mazda CX-9.
By 2050, we'll need twice the food from the same acreage to feed the world. That's that's going to take serious innovation. I'm John, research agronomist at Coke. We're challenging ourselves to create more advanced fertilizers that deliver nutrients to our crops more efficiently while respecting our environment so farmers can apply less and grow more. We are Coke.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NCAA for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any picture, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NCAA's consent is prohibited.
Welcome back to Philadelphia. It's halftime of the NCAA Division I Men's Lacrosse Championship game between Maryland and North Carolina, two schools looking to end long title droughts. Back here at the Link, along with Paul Carcaterra and Quint Kesnick, we're going to put a bow on the college lacrosse season. And Quint, what's the image, what's the thing that will last with you the most about this year?
Well, that cold day in February when we went down to Hampton University and they unveiled the Division I lacrosse program with their head coach Lloyd Carter. They're the Pirates, the first HBCU to add men's lacrosse in over 20 years, and a huge step in the right direction for a sport that needs to improve diversity. The Pirates can be a catalyst across the country. In April, Syracuse celebrated 100 years of Syracuse lacrosse. I'll never forget Roy Simmons Jr., Gary and Paul Gate, the Powell brothers, and so many championships. And then just last week, quarterfinals, North Carolina coach Joe Bresci returning to Columbus, Ohio. This team dedicating the win to he and his family after losing their son Michael as a 3-year-old. I have not seen emotion like that. That's what it's all about.
That was a day that for those of us who were in Columbus and those who saw that on TV will never forget. Paul, what stands out to you?
Back in March, Syracuse on the road playing against Duke. Jimmy Regan was a Duke lacrosse star who, after graduating from Duke, joined the Army Rangers, later lost his life while serving this great nation. On Jimmy Regan Day, wearing the same number 10, Deemer Class dropped 7 goals on the Cuse. The senior put on a show with an array of outside shots. He was on absolute fire. In late April, Carolina, statement game. I think it stamped their season. #1 Notre Dame traveled to Chapel Hill. 7 unanswered goals against that vaunted Irish D in the fourth quarter. Stephen Kelly, instant offense, make it, take it. His cousin Patrick Kelly, the offense took that next step for the Heels. The belief for a May run was established on that day. And then Pat Spencer burst onto the scene as a freshman. I think the best freshman in all of college lacrosse since 2001, Syracuse's Mikey Powell. He has a slashing point guard mentality. If you play him as a Dodger, he's dealing and feeding. This kid is special, and I think he will be the face of college lacrosse for the next 3 years.
Certainly Charlie Toomey loves having him as part of the Greyhound program for 3 more years. His first career game, or one of his first career games, was against Virginia. And earlier this week, Virginia made the news that shook the lacrosse world. Would Dom Starcher come back? Would they let him go? Virginia decides not to renew the contract of the winningest all-time coach in men's Division I lacrosse. 24 years in Charlottesville, 4 national championships, but he is not retiring. He says he still wants to coach. So in the offseason, who will be the next coach at Virginia? Who will be the next coach at Princeton? And where will Dom Starcher coach again?
Half-price cheeseburgers at Sonic.
And everything we're saving is going right in this bad boy.
Doesn't sound like there's that much in there.
Where's all my money?
Hey, that's a ceramic pig you're yelling at.
Pig.
Half-price cheeseburgers Tuesday, May 31st. And get a slush when you download the new Sonic app.
Ace is a place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I gave Bob some tips on painting with a roller.
Ace is a place where better coverage starts with overlapping W's on your walls.
Don't miss the Ace Memorial Day paint sale. Buy 2 gallons of Clark and Kensington and get 1 free.
Hey, honey. You remember to look the Buick, right?
Of course I do. I'd never forget that.
The Buick Remote Link app, now available in every Buick.
You closed all the apartment windows, too.
Come on. Really?
You're the best.
During the Buick Memorial Day sales event, pay no interest for 5 years, plus get $2,250 purchase bonus cash on the 2016 Buick Encore.
It starts right when you hit the court. You imagine your finest moment. The game-winning shot that gets you to the dance, a monster dunk or no-look pass, and cutting down the net. Sports lets us dream of our own success and prepare us for our finest moments on and off the court.
That sucked.
That sucked.
It didn't suck.
In my kimono, bought a car. From my casa, how bizarre. Saved me dollars, that made sense. That didn't suck. In fact, I liked it. Suck, 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 suck. That didn't suck. That didn't suck. That didn't suck. Didn't suck. In fact, I liked it. That didn't suck. In fact, I liked it.
Me and the guys walk into this place. Now, you would have thought from the name of it, it's gonna be packed with sailors. So I immediately picked out the biggest guy in there, and I walked straight up to him. Now, he looks me square in the eye, and I swear he says, "Welcome to Navy Federal Credit Union." Whoa, friendly alert. I got a great auto rate out of that guy. You know, now I have a wonderful hybrid, slate blue, cream interior. He was so nice.
Open to the armed forces, the DoD, and their families. Navy Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back to the Men's NCAA Lacrosse Championship presented by Northwestern Mutual. We are moments away from the start of the second half. Maryland clinging to a one-goal lead. The Terps have won their last 9 one-goal games. Now let's take a look at how both teams are planning for success, brought to you by Northwestern Mutual.
When we talk about defense, double teaming or sliding is the easy part. It's recoveries that are difficult. Watch this, Nick Madison, what he has to do here as Maryland double teams, and then Madison's responsibility changes. Good ball reversal. They change fields, and Madison's got to go all the way out to play Luke Goldstock. Conversely, this is Matt Rambo isolating right here. As he rolls back towards the inside, you see the quick double team coming from North Carolina's defense. Behind it, though, their recovery is a little shoddy. They get too narrow, and Rambo is able to look over the defense.
All right, so we are ready to go. It's Henningsen against Kelly again in the faceoffs that Maryland won 11 of 17. Henningsen pulls his way forward. Dan Seglio comes up with it. Now Dan Seglio looking for a safety valve. Let's check in with Paul Carcaterra.
Joe Bresci just told me minutes ago, finally we got the face-off back. Stephen Kelly had 2 violations, he said, for the entire second quarter. Kind of in a funk. Just didn't want to get that the third technical foul. Maryland would be man advantage. Also said communication on defense hasn't been great. Hasn't been like it was in that win against Notre Dame and the win against Loyola. Just buttoning up those little things. And ground balls have defined this team on this late season run. It's been an effort type thing, and Coach Bresci challenged his group.
All right. Well, Maryland won the first faceoff. And now they continue to go to work on this opening possession of the third quarter. Here's Kelly, who's playing with 2 goals, being guarded by Bedard. That pass knocked down by Bedard. It's a great individual effort by Bedard. He's got a step. He's going to shoot. Save, Burnlord. That's knocked away by Cloutier. And now they send it up ahead to Young. He's got a trailer. And West, I think they'll put on the brakes. No, they won't. They give it to Heacock. But Cole there for the backup. They're end-to-end right now with no scoring. And Maryland played a lot of players in that first half, but they had the tougher game on Saturday and the later game on Saturday. Now Maltz. This is Macri on Heacock. Ryan Macri picked up valuable experience when Zach Powers got hurt with a broken arm after he took a shot off the arm from Miles Jones of Duke in the regular season. Now Rambo's got a short stick on it, but Connell quick to slide. He goes inside. Maltz has no angle, moves it along, skip pass up top. West gets a better angle. One more. Nice pickup by Kelly. Carolina playing great defense, but gives up a shot. Balcom with the save. 7 saves for Balcom, and it looks like Himotun had made an adjustment.
I like that one. He was really strong with his top hand. It pushes the head of the stick from off his right shoulder to his left shoulder. Watch his top hand, just how he drives it.
Mathai runs right into Cole, and Cole takes it away. So a failed clear, and they're going to play more defense. Mathai's a big man, but for no reason really other than just to lower the shoulder, he ran right into Cole. And Cole at 6'3", 190, forced it loose. UNC 6 of 10 in the clearing department, so giving away possessions. That's an ugly number. Now Rotance. Step down opportunity for Young, but he doesn't let it fly. Long pass to Gradinger, so he sends it to Rotance instead. Mathai's been out there for a while. Rotance doesn't force the issue. Now they got a short stick on Rambo. Mathai cuts off that passing angle. Still have a short stick on Rambo behind the cage. They also have one on Waltz. Officials talking it over, about 40 yards apart, looking to make the shot clock call, but not yet. Waltz has a step, draws the slide. Heacock from Potsdam. That one flies on him. But certainly one thing it does, it buys him some more time with the officials. Rambo gets inside, makes a pass to Heacock. Rotance didn't know whether to shoot or pass, and Matthew kicks it away. This will not be over and back, but they overrun the ground ball. Muller will not. Huge ground ball by the Terps right there. It was touched by a Carolina defender, obviously, so that's why it was not over and back.
Paul alluded to it earlier in the second quarter. This possession time now is like body punches. This is Carolina defense. Just way too many minutes logged.
Mathai gets a break, so it's Bedard and Jizokis as your shorties, but Matthew, 88 in blue, don't know if he was able to get off the field.
You think about their last few games, Quinton Amon, almost a reverse of script. They controlled the possession. They were relentless, attacking the opposition's defense. Now, the boys in blue are playing non-stop defense against the Terps.
Well, they get a break there momentarily because West lost his footing, and now Maltz is going to be able to come up with it. So the Terps are getting to the ground balls right now, and they end up with Rambo wide open, and he scores! Unsettled Rambo has 3.
From the loose ball. It's one thing to get a grounder, but what's more important for young players is to move it on as soon as you get it. Maltz scoops it up, he deals with pressure, he moves it on. Good things happen because Carolina's out of position. 20 in Carolina blue, Macri's behind the play. Heacock finds his line mate, Rambo.
Joe Bresci looks up at the scoreboard and realizes this is the largest deficit he's faced here today, and really the largest deficit he's faced in a long time because they've been playing in front pretty much the entire tournament. Now Henningsen wins it forward. Kelly's on him, so he gives it up to Rambo to milk some more time and run a more patient possession. So this quarter has not been kind to North Carolina throughout the season. That's when they let Loyola back in the game a little bit on Saturday. And Savio started to go into work in the face-off game. Look, there's a reason why Maryland's won 16 straight games and is the top seed in this tournament. Swing it back to Cole. Decides not to force it inside to West. Has a step. Gets taken down to the ground. There's a flag. Heacock gets stopped, but we're about to get a extra man opportunity.
If you bitch at me one more time, you're gone.
Wow.
99, 30-second tech hold.
Matt Palem has had enough.
I love it.
You're not going to hear a word out of that player again.
45. Blue, 9-9, hold, 30 seconds. Blue, 9-9, hold, 30 seconds.
This will look a little like hockey on the corner with the Dodger, Brian Cole, left-handed. He'll try the inside roll, and he just yanked down to the grass. But I love referee Matty Palem, the way he handled the chirping from the players. And certainly Palem was a One of the better goalies of all time. He wears 3 rings. Kind of setting the table for, hey guys, I hear it again. You're in the box. Keep it simple.
Part of that Syracuse dynasty with the Gates, 88, 89, and 90. Maryland 2 for 2 on the extra man. Cole all day. Shot got blocked. Now Balcom had a man open for the outlet, but he decides not to throw it to Profani.
Wonderful closeout by Profani, 17 in blue. Because it looked like Cole had his goalie, Brian Balcom, lined up.
Important possession here for North Carolina. Only down by 2, but they haven't really had the ball a whole lot here in the second half.
See if Maryland makes any defensive adjustments in terms of their slide, kind of their mentality, the double team in their mindset.
Simpson blows by Isaiah Davis-Allen to force the slide. I think that was Tagliaferri. Stick up in the passing lane, doesn't matter. There's a shot. Bernlohr stops, but Cloutier with the rebound. So remember, the break the Terps needed in the first half was a rebound goal. Now Joe Bresci's club gets a rebound goal from Cloutier.
Last year's NCAA tournament, it was almost like 1 garbage rebound goal in every game. Great stop. And those Canadians, man, first-time grounders in a pile. You see Cloutier, he turns to the inside, he sees that and keeps it simple. And they have a knack for playing in those small windows and converting on any goaltender loose change.
So that ends a drought of nearly 17 minutes without a goal for Joe Bresci's ball club. So that's a procedure against Henningsen.
That's 1 violation.
Looks like Carolina's made an adjustment in the face-off game. Give Stephen Kelly a rest. They go with Charles Kelly, the freshman from nearby Allentown, Pennsylvania, who played his high school ball at Malvern Prep up the road.
At the very least, it forces Henningsen to go against a guy with a different style, a different clamp.
Certainly a guy he probably didn't scout against, because as Quint mentioned, he's taken about 95, Kelly's taken about 95% of his faceoffs.
Charles Kelly's got fresh legs.
And there's a catch, shoot, release, goal. Cloutier has back-to-back goals, and the Tar Heels are jumping on the sideline.
Tar Heels feeling it. It's been since 1991 they hoisted the national title. The Terps, 1975, Drought City, indeed. But one's going to walk away a champion, and if Carolina does it, it'll be on the weekend performance of Chris Cloutier. Back-to-back goals, 9 on Saturday against Loyola. The sophomore's feeling it.
The NCAA Men's Lacrosse Championship is presented by Northwestern Mutual. We help you live life differently.
Are you missing out on the biggest party of the summer?
Drop your nuts and move your butts.
Well, then grab your tickets.
Do I get a +1? Oh, thank you.
And be sure to bring your friends.
Rad Rom.
The Angry Birds movie, rated PG.
The new Chase Freedom Unlimited card earns you unlimited 1.5% cash back on everything you buy. The cash back is unlimited, and you can spend it on anything, like whatever the next ad is selling. Get the new Chase Freedom Unlimited card.
At our house, we're always down for more. Case in point, our handcrafted skydiving chamber.
Be hungry for more. Just never be hungry. With premium pepperoni and 100% real cheese.
Get just what you're craving with a McPick 2. Choose any 2 McDonald's classics for $5, like the 100% beef Big Mac, filet of fish made with sustainably sourced fish, or 10-piece chicken McNuggets made with white meat. Enjoy the choice. Find more delicious deals in our app.
My experience with USAA is awesome. Homeowners insurance, life insurance, automobile insurance. I spent 20 years active duty. They still refer to me as gunnery sergeant when I call. Being a USAA member, because of my service in the military, to pass that on to my kids, something that makes me happy. My name is Roger Zapata, and I'm a USAA member for life.
USAA. We know what it means to serve. Get an insurance quote and see why 92% of our members plan to stay for life.
Well, welcome back. Our coverage of the NBA Finals tips with NBA Countdown, presented by Straight Talk Wireless at 8:30. Can be seen streaming live on Watch ESPN and the ESPN app. LeBron and the Cavs waiting to find out, will it be OKC or the defending champs? Game 1, Thursday, June 2nd. Now again, major storyline here. Charles Kelly going to take the X, taking over for Stephen Kelly. Coming in, the freshman from Allentown took only 23 faceoffs. But as you mentioned, fresh legs, as Paul mentioned, an unknown quantity right now for Henningsen and the Terps. He forced a violation on the last one.
Set.
Two freshmen dig in. Henningsen, obviously a quick study. Wins it back to himself. Now Bernlohr's got to run away from Pontrello. Dangerous behind the back pass. Gets bailed out by Muller. Now Pontrello cuts off Dunn. Now it's loose. A little early on the heave out, but they're going to get, oh, what a check by the goalie. Balcom all over Maltz. Now Jack Lambert. He needs to find somebody open. Pons is stalking him. Pontrello's not getting open for him. Lambert's got to find somebody. They're not helping him out now. Goldstock does. And they got Rotance on Goldstock. That's an interference. Matt Palem's not buying that one, but Lambert just ran right into Rotance. Huge possession here because the Terps are gassed and they're disorganized.
Carolina just threw 3 fresh midfielders to Maryland's 3 midfielders who remain on the field gassed.
Seven's the guy if you want to win a short stick matchup right now. He's an offensive player who's been out there for a while, and this is the matchup right here with Simpson.
Speed.
Gets a pick, and now they draw the switch. Skip pass gets through to Kelly. Go to work on Young.
He's a lefty. He wants a roll back.
Now they got Cloutier being guarded by the short stick. If you slide on 45, you better be ready to take body, but he gives it up to Goldstock, who gets tied up right away by Muller. Well, they try Tagliaferri against Isaiah Davis-Allen. Gets a step. Draws the slide from Dunn inside. He's got room. He doesn't pull the trigger. Advantage Carolina here. Cloutier just too big, just too big, just too big. 3 straight for Cloutier.
As a goalie, when you make a risky play, you better get there, and Balcom does. Great aggression, timing, puts that ball on the carpet at the other end. Eamon called it best. You had the matchup, he had all sorts of space, and if Cloutier's white shorts don't have grass stains or mud on them by the end of this game, it's likely that Carolina will be hoisting the trophy. You've got to put this big man down.
You have to have Dunn on him at all times. Dunn, 33 in white, is on Cloutier, 45 in blue. But you have to fight through any kind of unsettled, any type of pick game. He is going to feast on a short stick. 33 Dunn for the Terps, the biggest, strongest guy they have. He needs to be on him at all times.
You saw it, Cloutier now with 18 goals for the NCAA tournament, passes Eric Lusby from Loyola back in 2012 to set a tournament record. Henningsen pitches it forward and then gooses it back to Dan Seglia. Three straight goals from Cloutier has made it a 10-9 Carolina lead as the excitement continues. Now Janik running for daylight.
Janik has great wheels, freshman from Illinois.
Now Matthew goes out on Cole. Now he gets picked up by the short stick Matha. Quick double coming from inside. So they got a short stick on Heacock, and here's that matchup.
Heavy goes across check from 6 and blue now. Mathai.
Mathai out of Gilman, Heacock out of Boys Latin. They move it along. Cole doesn't pull the trigger. This is a Carolina team feeding off emotion right now, and they're feeling confident with the lead. Now Rambo up top, given space, lowers the shoulder on Jazokis. Shot well off the mark, but Heacock with backup with 3:52 to play in the third quarter.
That allows Carolina to find their matchups. They changed defense, and it appears as if they did change it up.
And these two teams know each other very well. 68th all-time meeting. They played earlier this year. Late March, Maryland won at home 11-8. So they know each other's tendencies.
Looks like a zone.
Zone will give the Maryland a little bit more time before they get hit with the shot clock to diagnose the new defense. Macri goes out on West. Now the officials will make him create some offense. Skip pass gets through to Kelly, shoots and scores. It squirts through Balcom. Kelly continues to have another big day against the Tar Heels, and we are tied.
This one stings if you're the goaltender, Brian Balcom. You're all over it. Just doesn't get down on it. And like a hockey goalie, anything that goes through you, from your elbows down to your toes, 5-hole, you'll get a great view. Welcome right into your living room.
So Kelly's got a hat trick, 12 career points in 2.5+ games against North Carolina.
Okay. All right, here we go. Down. Back his hand up there. There you go. You're good.
You're good right now.
I like it. Hold it right there. Set.
Henningsen pushes it forward, but McBride fastest to the ball. Quinn, take me into the mindset of the face-off guy and Joe Bresci. Do you go back to Stephen Kelly, or is it almost like a starting pitcher where he's done for the day?
You know, Clark would have to tell us what he looks like physically on the sideline, but I do think you go back to your veteran, your guy who's logged all the miles. He's gotten you here, and if he's physically ready to go, you know, Charles Kelly is a change-up and a breather.
Give him some breaks. He'll be back. He's the lifeline of this Carolina team, Stephen Kelly. He's been there all season long, as we see Simpson right now. But the big thing for the face-offs, totally different styles. Henningsen's winning everything to himself. The scrap game advantage Carolina, but Henningsen is dominating that initial clamp, put it in spots where he can get to himself, kind of negating Stephen Kelly's strength.
Now Pontrello going to work on Isaiah Davis-Allen, the short stick. Gives it up to Kelly. Like said, they almost fell down. Now Pontrello gets above goal line extended. Bernlohr gets a piece of the wraparound, and Cloutier closest to the ball when and where. So it stays Tar Heel ball with under 2 minutes to play in the quarter. Here's Tagliaferri taking a run at Isaiah Davis-Allen. Draws the slide inside, runs through the double. Tied up. Bernlohr easily picks that one off the turf. He got caught in no man's land. Six save for Bernlohr. And they get it ahead to Rotins. Terps with 90 seconds to work with to regain the lead. Young and Rotins out there. They await Gradinger. Now Heacock being guarded by Perfani. Make that Kenna, excuse me, Pufani on his good friend Rambo. Under a minute to play. Peacock with the two-man game. Wide open on the pick. Save, Baltimore. DeMillo gets stuffed. They got everything they wanted except the goal. 10th save of the championship game for Brian Balcom.
Textbook example of how to use a pick to gain an advantage, how to capitalize on a matchup, everything but the finish.
Heels can hold for one if they want to. DeMillo's still out there after getting rejected by Balcom, and he's on the ball. No slide coming yet. He runs right into Bryce Young. Up top, hands-free shot, save, Burnley. 8 seconds left. Why gamble? Why not? Maybe. Muller throws it on Cage. Maybe not. Chris Cloutier outscored Maryland 3-2 in that quarter. So Joe Bresci looking to end a drought since 1991. Maryland has been since 75. Cloutier keeping the heels in it. He set a record. Will he also hoist the trophy? 15 minutes of regulation left when we return to Philadelphia. Maryland 10, North Carolina 10.
A heart attack doesn't care if you run every day or if you're young or old. No matter who you are, a heart attack can happen without warning. If you've had a heart attack, a Bayer aspirin regimen can help prevent another one. Be sure to talk to your doctor before you begin an aspirin regimen. Bayer aspirin.
Announcing Pizza Hut's new Applewood smoked bacon and melty cheese in the crust. Pizza Hut's bacon stuffed crust pizza is here, now with Applewood smoked bacon and loaded with cheese. Just $12.99, only at Pizza Hut.
This is why we love sports. It's in the way they play, free from the pressures and all the money talk. Playing for simply the love of the game, where everyone has a shot at their definition of success on and off the field. This is what we love about sports, and what we can still love about college sports.
Even a minor car accident can cause injuries. If you're hurt, it's important to be diagnosed right away. The problem is that usually means running around from one facility to another. At Crespo & Associates, our team can diagnose you for any type of injury. Your road to recovery can start right now and here. Diagnosis, treatment, therapy. Call 855-C-CRESPO-MD. Recoveries happen here at Crespo & Associates. 855-C-CRESPO-MD.
This Memorial Day weekend, get to America's fastest growing Chevy dealer, Chevy of Wesley Chapel, for double rebate savings. I'm gonna double the Chevy bonus cash, I'm gonna double the military rebates, and I'm gonna give you 2 years worth of free scheduled maintenance. Plus, now through Monday, lease a 2016 Cruze for $139 a month with $0 out of your pocket. That's right, no money out of your pocket for the Cruze. Get to the giant, Chevy of Wesley Chapel, now through Memorial Day, where our volume will save you.
For this team, it'd be awesome to make history. I mean, 41 years is a really long time.
This win would be humongous for not just our team, our alumni, our fan base, all the effort they put into us, everyone watching us and depending on us to win. I think we can do it for them.
Personally, I wanted to one day have the opportunity to play out here on this field, playing for my state of Maryland, and, bring back a national championship would be awesome.
This would be amazing, just to see all the hard work that's been put in since a young age to get to this point, and to be able to hoist that trophy Monday. I mean, that would be an absolute incredible feeling.
For the alums of Maryland, for the state of Maryland, and for all of our players and family, it would be the best day ever.
So my two colleagues here working this broadcast today certainly know what it's like to hoist the trophy on Memorial Day. Who will get that opportunity? Will it be the Tar Heels or the Terps as we take a look at our Buick game track?
Carolina came out and delivered the first punch. They jumped up 4-0. Maryland fought back before halftime to take a one-goal lead.
They stick with Charles Kelly to take the opening face-off of the fourth quarter.
Love it. Stay there. Think about all the work, Eamon. These guys now train year-round for this. From that first moment you pick up a stick, these next 15 minutes are what you dream about.
Henningsen too strong. Kept it down on the ground. Kelly couldn't come up with it. And Danseglio gets it over to Isaiah Davis-Allen. Let's check in with Clark.
Right now, the Terps doubling up Carolina on the face-off X. Austin Henningsen, the freshman. Oh, he's got a coach and a half in Chris Mattis. The Florida Launch Major League Lacrosse, one of the top face-off guys in the nation in the Pro League. Also, basically like his one-on-one teacher and coach in this ball game. Every single time he comes off the field, breaking down tendencies, what's next, the wing play. And Mattis has been so influential on the freshman and his success, not just this game, but the entire season.
Heacock draws a slide, but the pass is off the mark for Cole. So he's got to move it along to West. Rambo draws two inside his Maltz. One more. Cole cannot step into it as he can't make the pass. Rowlett hunts him down. Can't knock it loose. Now Carolina's drawn out. Heacock gets picked up by Connell. Now Connor Kelly has a hat trick already. Rolls back inside, but falls down. Now he's doubled by Connell, moves it along to Cole. Cole's got to skip past to West, but he finds Maltz, who gets popped by Connell. Oh, my. Really? Oh, no.
I think it's going to be a cross check.
Here we go, 9-9. Here we go. The play was counted because the ball was on the ground when the foul occurred. Blue, 9-9, cross check, 1 minute. Blue, 9-9, cross check, 1 minute. Here we go.
Yeah, he leads with that stick, with his head down.
Hands separated. They're going to call it on you.
Yeah, no, he led with it. Good call. 10 years ago, good hit. 5 years ago, good hit. But safety is paramount.
Skip pass gets through. Heacock fires it into the back of the net. Terps on top thanks to the extra man.
Heacock calling the crowd. We met with him on Friday. This kid is jacked. Long, strong, and can extend the defense with dodging and a sniper of a left-handed rip. And from the sideline, all you hear is ding.
Maryland now 3 of 4 on the extra man. Henry West now has 4 assists. A tough call, a critical call goes against the Tar Heels. And the Terps take advantage. And again, it looks like that's 26, Charles Kelly.
Set.
Comes out, Danseglio gets popped, still loose. Jizokis with a critical ground ball, but Isaiah Davis-Allen not giving up on the play. So the Tar Heels get a face-off win. Kelly taking a run at Danseglio, now gets it to Goldstock behind. Here's Simpson being guarded by DeMiller. Down the alley, draws a slide from inside. Shot off the mark, but Goldstock has the backup with 12:18 to play.
Tagliaferri, 21 in blue, Simpson, 22 in blue, have continually run by Terps midfielders and drawn double teams. It's a good party starting opportunity for them to get the defense on the carousel.
Now they draw the switch. So Patrick Kelly being guarded by Dunn, who's on Cloutier now, Isaiah Davis-Allen. It's been a recipe for disaster for the Terps, having a short stick on 45. He wants it behind the net.
He's got to work a little harder to get it.
They're going to find him now.
Finds Goldstock at goal line extended. Terp fans appreciating this defense as Kelly draws the switch. Now they made Dunn. Dunn able to recover on Pontrello. Ties him up now.
Pontrello's much faster than Dunn. He needs to take 33 and White in space and use his blazing speed, not go to his strength, which is the body in Dunn. 0 and Blue. Use the island. Break him down in space.
Dunn's better in the phone booth. This is where Pontrello has scored a lot of points this season.
And John Tillman takes a timeout on defense with 11:13 left to play. It was a long possession. So you might want to get fresh legs. You might want to get right matchups. You might want to get in the ref's ears and say, hey, you going to put a shot clock on those guys or what? Speaking to the officials, they called Evan Connell for a cross check. The hands were definitely separated. So Connell went to the box and the Terps went to work. Colin Heacock with another one. Maryland up 1.
Two-thirds of our planet is covered in it. So why do nearly 800 million people suffer from lack of clean water around the world? That's completely unacceptable to me, and that is why I'm working on a way to solve this global problem. Like here in Sao Paulo, Brazil. By taking the polluted water we already have and providing technologies to filter it back into clean water. My name is Manny, Senior VP of Technology. We are Coke.
Get just what you're craving with a McPick 2. Choose any 2 McDonald's classics for $5, like the 100% beef Big Mac, filet of fish made with sustainably sourced fish, or 10-piece chicken McNuggets made with white meat. Enjoy the choice. Find more delicious deals in our app.
At our house, we're always down for more. Case in point, our handcrafted skydiving chamber.
Be hungry for more. Just never be hungry. With premium pepperoni and 100% real cheese.
Hey, honey. You remember to lock the Buick, right?
Of course I do. I'll never forget that.
The Buick Remote Link app, now available in every Buick.
You closed all the apartment windows, too.
Come on. Really?
You're the best.
During the Buick Memorial Day sales event, pay no interest for 5 years, plus get $2,250 purchase bonus cash on the 2016 Buick Encore.
Yeah, I go from tragedy to majesty. The victory has been woven into my tapestry. To get the title I forever have my sights on. This is where I become an American icon. Yeah. The NBA Finals on ABC.
Back here at the Link, North Carolina trailing by 1, but with the ball as we take a look at the Capital One Cup standings as teams compete for a combined $400,000 scholarship donation from Capital One. See Stanford with a substantial lead in the men's standings. Nebraska leading North Carolina by 5. And of course, if you're just joining us, North Carolina trying to make lacrosse history by becoming the first school since Princeton did it in 1994 to win both the women's and men's lacrosse championships. And if they're going to do it for the men, Stephen Pontrello might need to come alive for the Carolina offense.
This is his spot. I did not mind that timeout by John Tillman of Maryland. His defense was against the ropes. And being fresh and rested is important.
Now here's Pontrello. He's got him hung up. Muller's going to let him pick a side.
He also has a backhanded shot now. Bernard's got to be very aware of trickery.
Muller will let him wait. The officials will let him wait, as long as they're cutting off the ball. And now they throw a flag for interference, so a free possession. Joe Bresci might have influenced that call on Matt Palem. He was all the way out there. So the traffic looking to create, now the shot clock's on. Why now? So the shot clock with the flag down. Pontrello scores! They got exactly what they wanted out of that timeout. Penalty gets wiped off.
Hangman. Defensively, you got to let these cutters free. There's a little bit of a acting job there by Goldstock, but the flag is dropped, and then a left-handed drive to a question mark, turn to the outside with a right-handed shot. Look at how Pontrello leans in, steps away, jumps, and then changes levels. A high release to a low location. I mean, textbook. You're a young player, that's got to be part of your arsenal.
So the kid who grew up across the bridge in South Jersey has his second. His brother Nico won a championship for Loyola in 2012. Henningsen just too strong right now for Kelly. Kelly can't come up with the ball. Charles Kelly, that is. They have yet to go back to Stephen Kelly. So now we are tied once again. Fourth tie of the ball game. John Tillman goes with his second midfield line. Rotance, Gradinger, and Young. Here's Gradinger. Out of San Diego, being guarded by Mathai. Let's check in with Paul.
Stephen Kelly, Carolina's #1 faceoff guy. We haven't seen much of him in the second half. He's fine. He's not injured. His cousin Patrick Kelly just went up to him, cheered him up. Expect to see him again in this game. Typical Stephen Kelly, continuing to practice his face-off reps on the sideline, dialed in and focused.
Heacock gets underneath and scores. Let's see what the call is. Flag. Going good. Terps back on top.
Heacock's switch early this season from midfield to attack has led to this Terp undefeated streak of 16 games in a row. Mathai, known for his cross-checking. He's high. The push is called, and that allows Heacock to land in without the dive call.
Heacock has been on fire. Game-winning goal against Brown in overtime on Saturday. He's the glue guy. We know about Rambo. Rambo's the headline guy, but Heacock has made the difference in this offense from good to great.
So as Paul mentioned, they go back to Stephen Kelly. So Stephen Kelly now with a bit of a rest. Maryland has won 17 of 26 faceoffs. This would be a huge lift for the Tar Heels if he can come off and win one. But he will not. Dan Seglio sends it back, and they'll set up the clear. So credit the freshman from Long Island, Austin Henningsen. Because after the way Kelly's played the last couple of games, you thought that was a huge advantage going in for North Carolina. Now the Terps making no forward progress on this clear, as Balcom's thinking about jumping out into a 10-man ride, but he is not. Now Maltz is wide open if they want to force the issue, but Macri got in the passing lane, so the Terps will slow it down. Skip pass is there. He lobs it up. Shot too high.
Cole sees the field, doesn't he? He has the ability to see all 5 other offensive parts and find the open man. It's really beautiful.
Interestingly enough, the one time he didn't see it, as Rambo swims, was yesterday on the game winner. A buddy of him sent a text of how wide open Heacock was and said, what, you didn't want the game-winning assist? He threw it up top to Rambo instead.
Heacock was open forever.
Live by chaos, you die by chaos. A tough end for a remarkable season for Brown, and boy, were they fun to watch on TV and in person this year. Now the Terps with the lead and the ball. Maltz has a short stick on him. It's McBride. It's like a lot of minutes doing a two-way midi for Joe Gresham. Rambo gets above goal line extended. Oh my! That's why they call it execution. What a look by Matt Rambo. What a handle by Kelly. Number 40 has 4.
The game is slowing down for the great Matt Rambo, the junior All-American. As a freshman, he had one thing on his mind, getting to the rack. Now, such a strong Dodger can get all the Carolina defensive heads to stare at him. It's the vision, the precision, getting teammates involved. Rambo's been on fire.
I've talked to opposing defensive coordinators. Rambo's known as a home run passer. a guy who'll jam the ball inside and to the far post. Carolina knows that's coming when he rolls back. Just not much you can do.
You don't think you're going to make that pass with a 1-goal lead and 8 minutes left of the championship game in the fourth quarter.
He plays loose. You know, Rambo will jam it in there. We've seen turnovers for him historically. He's not afraid to make a big play.
Joe Bresci gets a timeout before Stephen Kelly violated in the faceoff. So we'll have a faceoff when we return. At least John Tillman's wondering. So Bresci takes a timeout, down by 2 with 7:49 left to go. So again, we've talked about it since we came on the air. Maryland, 41 years since Frank Urso led the Terps to that national championship. A proud program, the alums, hoping this is the year, this is the team that can deliver that trophy back to College Park. And now it's time for the pick-you-up moment of the game, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Heacock, the big lefty, with the score tied 11-11. We'll do an underneath dodge here against Mathai. Gets inside the defense, and then Rambo, an aggressive feed, jams it. Terps took an 11-11 tie and now lead by 2.
3 assists for Rambo. He has 5 points, 74 on the season for him. 32 career points in 7+ games in his hometown of Philadelphia. So Joe Bresci needs it to start at the face-off game. His engine in that department has stalled a bit here today, Stephen Kelly. You wonder if it's the effort he had to put forth against Loyola in that second half when the Greyhounds wouldn't go away. The tough turnaround, but right now Henningsen's just a little bit quicker than whatever Carolina face-off man he goes against.
Kelly spent the offseason pushing plates and pushing the sled to try to improve his strength.
Had to change his style with the rule changes implemented in the last 2 years. He's struggling though today here, 6 for 20. Maryland's won 18 of 27 faceoffs.
He used to have neutral footwork and he was on his feet. Now he's gone to a one knee down and a motorcycle grip.
So Joe Bresci takes a timeout to regroup. 7:49 left to play in regulation. So a violation on Henningsen for holding. And the Tar Heel bench started calling for that the minute they blew the whistle. So
you're talking to the wrong guy. I got 18 other guys I'm looking at, that's all.
love the mics on Matt Palem. You're talking to the wrong guy.
Not my department.
Not my department on that one.
Said he had 18 other guys to worry about.
Simpson to Cloutier. Dunn pushes him off the line. As Paul mentioned, you have to have 33 in white on 45 in blue. Now Pontrello looking to get more of an angle on McCarney. Double on Pontrello, so who's open? Goldstock against the short stick. Thought about it, now he muscles his way through. Will this stay in play? Will it go over and back? Absolutely not. Simpson able to cut it off. Plenty of time for Carolina to be patient on this possession, down by 2. Tagliaferri draws the slide. So now you got a short stick right here on Kelly. Miller on the ball for Maryland. And that pass airmails Cloutier for a turnover. So a critical turnover for under 6.5 to play.
Terp fans know how important that defensive stand was.
Do not expect the Terps, boys in white right now, to press the cage. They have the 2-goal lead. Offensive huddle. J.L. Reppert, offensive coordinator, wants a longer possession. Expect shot clock and them to wind it down as much as possible here and give their D a break.
Maryland has scored on 3 of 4 shots this quarter. See how long the refs let him be patient. Maltz being guarded by the short stick. Quick slide and switch. Now Bedard picks him up. As we approach 5.5 minutes left in the national championship game. This Maryland team has won 16 straight games. Early season losses to Yale and Notre Dame, and then they've been unstoppable. Cole looks inside, shoots. Heacock with the backup. So much pressure now on these officials with the way the rules are written. That was certainly a quality shot, don't get me wrong, but the possession shots could come into play here if Maryland really wants to put this one in the cooler and work some time off the clock. West gets a step, and now Rambo's got him hung up. Moves it along quickly. There's a legitimate shot and a legitimate save. So they go a little bit quicker than we expected, but it certainly was a good look by a kid with a hot hand. Dangerous pass to Buffoni along the sideline. He's in danger now, and there's a flag. Maryland must be offsides. Free possession here for Carolina. So just when it looked like Carolina was about to turn it over on the clear, they're about to be a man up. There's a slash on West. So a loss of discipline for Maryland in the substitution game. So a huge development here in this ballgame. Tagliaferri forces the issue. Shot high, but we'll get the call. We heard 38 slash.
Buzz on White. White number 38. 1 minute backslash. 38 White. 1 backslash.
Not the opportunity you want to give North Carolina. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Missed it real speed, but there's no reason for that. Now Joe Bresci's extra man unit has been flat out, lights out. Last 5 games, 11 of 15. Pontrello and Cannon have 6 each. They need to cash in here. And they do. Right inside to Goldstock. So the penalty proves costly, just like it did for North Carolina. The Terps pay.
What a talented handle by Luke Goldstock. He's pretty well covered. You see what? Number 1 in blue right here. Catch, turn, and let it go. The pass is right on the money from Kelly, but this ability to catch it, one little cradle and a snapshot, that is just such a talented play by Luke Goldstock.
3:53 left to play. It's a 1-goal game. The Terps have won their last 9 1-goal games. They've won 16 straight games, but these Tar Heels won't go away. They are a loose and confident bunch playing with house money.
Set.
Henningsen pitches it forward, but the Heels have the step, and Matthew gets the possession. So North Carolina looking to tie. Patrick Kelly gets his hands free and scores! We are tied!
As the intensity and anxiety of this game builds up, watch 22 in white, Greg Ganseglia, how he just backs in a little too far, and then there's no lift. Straight down the alley for Patrick Kelly, who's a strong left-handed player. And Terps have opened the door for that downhill dodge.
That looks very similar to the goal he scored in overtime against Duke. As you talk about significant wins and statement wins, that one could have sent this Tar Heel season south if they had blown that game after leading late. but he delivered the game winner in overtime, and now in the championship game, he ties it. 5th tie of the ball game as the Tar Heels score twice in 31 seconds. Henningsen comes out with it. Janik overruns it. Now he gobbles it up. And Kelly, no, he doesn't get it. No, Henningsen's hurt. Tar Heels wanted interference. More importantly right now is the health of the face-off man.
I don't think you're getting screwed by that. I really don't. It's a great game. Let's just play. Say that again. We're working our asses off.
It's all 99.
The kids aren't through. It's a great game. It's beautiful.
There was no call. So we did not see what happened in the traffic jam after the face-off. Janik was able to run it down to win the possession for Maryland, but certainly the Terp bench was not pleased with the developments at the X. I did not see anything. Don't see anything there, really.
Kelly rake him a bit with his hand? That's nothing there. It's
the question is he engaged
really
there for Connell to come in and hit the guy? Remember, the face-off guy needs to be protected, and I guess that's what Maryland's complaining about. But to hear it looks like he was standing up and was getting away from Stephen Kelly. So again, Kelly took that quick shot with his hands free to give the ball back to North Carolina, which started this run as they got the penalty on the clear. Now Maryland has to attack as it's a whole new ball game. Heacock gets Kent hung up on the pick, so now he's guarded by a short stick. Rambo Pafani. Here's Kelly, being guarded by Juzokis. Rolls back inside, nothing there. They're trying to shut off Heacock behind, being guarded by the short stick. So they'll go up top. Cole telling Heacock to get open, and he gets it to him. He's got to step on Mathai, quick slide, and they can't bring it in. This will be over and back. It's turnover, Terps. Dangerous restart. They're going to bring it back to where it happened. So now the Tar Heels with a chance to regain the lead as we approach 2 minutes left in the national championship game. They scored on the extra man with Goldstock, and then Patrick Kelly went one-on-one to the hoop. He has it now against Danseglio. This is Timmy Kelly. Oh, they'll turn it over. And over and back by the heels. Now a restart. Rambo can't get over. Rambo goes over. Rambo attacking his good friend Pafani. Feels the double. Finds Heacock. Oh, what a save by Butler. Oh, my. They say it hit the pipe, but what an opportunity for Heacock, and they don't cash in. Now unsettled. Pontrello can't grab it. Back and forth we go. Rambo's wide open. Does John Tillman take a timeout as soon as they get in the box? No, he doesn't.
They got numbers.
They got numbers. Here comes West. They got him wide open inside. What a play by Perfani. Oh, there's a hit. No flag, but John Tillman got the timeout as Macri lowered his shoulder. Wow.
Carolina caught a huge break. They only had 5 defenders on the field. They were slow with their subs. Here's the flurry. Heacock down low. Doink off the crossbar. He gets ridden out of the picture by Macri. And this second half has been nothing but just toughness on ground balls. Guys willing to pay the price, and 2 teams delivering some solid hits.
I tell you, Henry West, that's an Onions ground ball right there. Getting popped by Macri and holding on to it, getting the timeout. So now Maryland out of timeouts. What's at stake here? A championship, sure. But how about history? 1975, Homewood Field, the last Terps national title.
Frank Urso, Mike Farrell, Buddy Beardmore, Jake Reed, their goalie. And it's been a long time. For Carolina, it goes back to 1991 in the Dome, taking down Towson State behind John Webster and Dennis Goldstein and Mike Thomas.
Brooks Matthews, the captain of that team as well. Now Joe Bresci was an assistant on that team, and he's taking it all in. Remember, he said house money. Not house money on the other side. They also have the ball. They are the top-seeded team, clearly. They were the best team at the end of the year and the chalk to win this tournament. They have won 9 straight one-goal games. They have won 16 straight games. Can they get a goal here, or will Carolina get a life? Or will we have bonus lacrosse?
Maryland doesn't want Carolina to have another crack here. 1:06 on the clock. Henry West starts with the rock, but expect Matt Rambo, number 1 in white, to come off a pick and be part of this play. He's been their money man all afternoon. 3 goals and 3 assists for the junior All-American.
So they're shutting off Kelly to the left of West. Now he gets open. Will the refs let him hold for 1? Or do they bang him with a shot clock before we get to 30? Now here's Rambo being guarded by Macri, not his buddy Pafani. He gets free, tied up. Oh, it looked like they wanted to throw the flag. Now he's running for his life. Now they can hold for 1. Dangerous pass to Cole. They're getting nowhere near the goal. 15 seconds left. Kelly to Cole. 10 seconds. Heacock, Rambo, sandwich. Oh, it doesn't trickle in. Let's see the call. Do they go in the crease or it's a push? What a defensive stand by the heels. So 3.9 left. Now the Tar Heels know this is plenty of time to score, but he just saw a tremendous effort by his defense. Drew Shantz and Notre Dame scored like this with about a second left against North Carolina in their regular season meeting. So they just called a penalty on Goldstock. Or was it McCarney? There's a flag all the way at the other end.
This could flip
possession.
possession.
Oh, Joe Bresci is nuts.
This would flip possession.
No face-off in overtime. Oh, my. What a call. Luke Goldstock just lost his composure. Whatever he did, there's no reason to do it with 3.9 left.
It's a dead ball foul against North Carolina. Maryland's ball and holding the ball from the net cam.
Second. Oh, absolutely.
Guy.
Second guy, but also look where he does it. You're right. Joe Bresci's absolutely right. McCarney initiated that. But Luke Goldstock retaliated, and you got to know better. So now, Quinn, Maryland's going to have the ball with an extra man and 4 seconds left. They're not going to do anything.
That's correct.
Wow. Great work by the goal camp. Talk about being in the right place at the right time. That's a tough call against Joe Bresci in a tie game and extra when we're about to go to bonus lacrosse, but you can't put your stick there. You can't force the refs to make that call. Tar Heel fans and the regular fans certainly don't like to see a call like that maybe decide a game. But it certainly looked like he got his money's worth. So Joe Bresci with the use it or lose it timeout. You heard the official. Tell your kid not to do it. Easier said than done, maybe, but you got to have discipline not to retaliate here. Oh! Carolina's got to regroup here. They got to forget about the penalty and play man down.
Yeah. Easy for us to make the call based on the video evidence that we saw there. In my eyes, I take both guys and I say, go have a seat, gentlemen, both of you.
If you saw the first one.
If you saw the first one.
That's, you know. You know the cliche, second man always gets caught.
Everybody pitch in and listen. Come on.
Coach Holman certainly, Brian Holman, certainly can't believe that whistle or that flag. But again, you got to get over it right now if you're North Carolina. You got to play defense. Again, penalties have been huge here in the fourth quarter. The call against Connell changed momentum, and then the backslash against West changed momentum. Let's check in with Paul.
The ball will be behind the cage in the far corner. Joe Bresci and the Carolina defense debated doubling the ball because they don't want Maryland to hold on to the ball, which will give it to them in overtime if it's in their stick at 0. He decided against that, a little too risky, leaving the cage empty. So looking for Austin Pafani to be on the ball, press out, go after it, try to dislodge it, and they'll just be shutting off the adjacents. A little bit less of a gamble than doubling and taking the goalie out.
Well, John Tillman and his coaching staff spreading the field. He's got safety valves. It's a long pass, but he's got Kelly. Heacock's going to try to keep it himself, and he will. So Maryland will start overtime with the ball and an extra man. And in the year we have had in college lacrosse, it's only fitting that we have bonus lacrosse to decide the champion. North Carolina 1-1 in overtime games. They lost to Denver. They beat Duke. Maryland's coming off their second overtime win of the year against Brown in the semifinals. They also beat Penn State in overtime. Again, the Terps had their chances late, but they'll start overtime with a big-time chance as well.
Flurry of action there in the last 4 minutes. Rambo feeds the near side. Heacock is just destroyed as he hits the post. Cole again, this time to Rambo. Oh, and look at that ball.
But then after the turnover, with 3.9 seconds left and setting up for a Hail Mary, ooh, that's the call right now. They did not get 31 in white for the first initiation, Mike McCarney, but they get Luke Goldstock for retaliating in the gut area. There are overtime rules. Of course, the first team that scores wins. They get a timeout, and there will be no face-off here. So you always like to talk about how critical the opening face-off is, but there will be none here. Maryland will have the ball and an extra man, and their extra man's been working today. Their extra man 3 of 4. And they've been some quality looks for Rambo.
Be interested to see how Joe Bresci and his defensive coordinator, Chris Fifes, decides how to play this. You see Bresci with the black hat standing next to Jake Mathai, who's the tallest Tar Heel. He's on this defensive unit, and there is Coach Fifes. At times, Carolina can be aggressive for a man down. They can press out. They'll mix things up, maybe shut off one player and play a 4-man zone with the others. So it'll be interesting to see.
Highest scoring final since 2004 when Syracuse held off Navy 14-13. We're going to tie that one, obviously. It's just who's getting to 14. Goldstock hoping he gets a chance to get out and play some more lacrosse today. Maryland fans are hoping they take advantage of the extra man and end this thing. 1975, the last time the Terps celebrated a championship. 1991, when Joe Bresci was an assistant on the Tar Heels, were the last team standing. Does his man-down unit, does his goalie have a stop?
You got back away. You got to be 5 yards away from him. You got to be 5 yards away. Go. Hey, stop right here. Right here, man.
Looks like a shutoff of Rambo with a 4-man boxer diamond zone.
Now Dubin. Cole is a threat to find the inside. They're going to give him space. Time! Room! Save! Bolton! Oh, you got contact. They're going to let him play. You got to call something. Dubik ended up in the crease. What a stop by Brian Bolton. Now Mathai up ahead to Jizokis. Does Joe Bresci take a timeout? He does, and look at the Tar Heels rally around Bolton. The whole team's running out to 30 and white. His 13th save. And they know they had a look. They're hoping to get the ball back.
Not all saves are created equal. That location made his job easy, but no save. And look at the effort on the closeout. Are you kidding me? Did you see that Carolina defender diving towards the shooter? And it's that kind of maneuver that can disrupt the shooter, and Balcom's there to close it down like a hockey goalie.
The emotion from Jizokis after the save, the clear, and now it's Carolina ball. So a team that's been playing loose, has been playing confident, and been playing with house money has a chance to cash in. Maryland could double the ball if it wants to for 3 seconds. Sometimes that creates even more chaos. But Balcom. Luke Goldstock owes him a cold soda after this ball game. Let's check in with Paul.
Wow, this place is rocking. National title game tied up at 13. Carolina offensive coordinator Dave Mexbauer, so cool. Never shows his emotions. Said we got 30 seconds to get in the box. No pressure here. Penalty, 3 seconds remaining, then we'll be all leaving. They have options. Guys like Michael Tagliaferri, a big-time Dodger, will have a short stick on him. With the pick game and Kelly, so many former attackmen on this unit outside of Tagliaferri. They will attack the shorties.
And look who has the ball. A second life for Luke Goldstock. And he's being guarded by his good friend McCarney. Now Kelly. To Kelly. Dunn. Denies that. Danseglio goes out on Goldstock. Cloutier has been the man for the Tar Heels down the stretch. But here's Pontrello going to work on Mullen. Kelly turns around Isaiah Davis-Allen. Feed inside, Cloutier! Oh! Sto! And now they whistle it dead. And a flag! Who lost their composure this time? If Maryland wins this one, Kyle Bernlohr's save will be talked about forever in College Park. But he might have to make another one, as Goldstock might have just sent McCarney to the box. His turnabout has become fair play here in Philly. Joe Bresci having some fun with the officials, saying you got that one. But what a save.
Because blue was in the crease. After the play, we have a dead ball, cross check, number 31, White. 1 minute.
Wow. Can't shortchange this save, though.
This is after the save. You'll see the hit left side of your screen. Here's the stop. Don't give up after all these stick fakes. And look at Bernlohr, loses his feet and somehow drives as a left-hander goes across his body. Are you kidding me?
Now there's
Flying
McCarney.
through the air, and there's the hit late.
High.
Almost took off his head.
Man separated. As we mentioned, the Tar Heel extra man unit has been lights out. 11 of 15 in their last 5 games coming into this one. Goldstock flips it. He still got it. Shoots it wide. Nope. Tar Heels were back. Pontrello had just a step. Now that flip in ball trick got me. Wouldn't that have been sweet for the Tar Heel fans if they beat Maryland on the hidden ball trick after what happened in 2011 in the quarterfinals with Brian Farrell. Tagliaferri. Kelly now to Cloutier. Kelly's going to step into it. No. Skip past to Cloutier. It's over! In a city famous for climbing the steps, North Carolina has once again taken the final one to the top of the lacrosse world. Joe Bresci's heels are back. It's only fitting that a record tournament for Chris Cloutier ends with a championship delivering goal. A game that got chippy and a game that got physical got too chippy for Maryland, and Carolina cashed in.
Maryland's defensive splits were so tight. They were backing it in, backing in. Someone's going to have to let it go from the outside. Well, why not the guy who scored 9 in the semis and 5 in the final? Cloutier beats Burnlord to the offside from about 11 yards with a little bit of screen help in front. Nothing the goaltender can do about that. That is precision placement, and Carolina celebrates. The beat goes on for the Terps.
The battler right there just saw his team battle it. He's going to go console his Terps, who have been through for him, there for him for so long, since November. But the Tar Heels playing for a little bit more than lacrosse as well. Playing for their coach, Joe Bresci. We knew that week, Quint, when we talked to him before he was going back to Columbus. The line that day that I'll never forget, and it stuck with you and Paul as well. What happens between us and Notre Dame on Sunday is just a game. I'm going to see my son, and now he gets to celebrate a championship at his alma mater.
He wins this game, and he makes a beeline towards his wife, Julie, and his 4 girls. Samantha, Abigail, Lucy, and Emily.
And Coach Bresci standing by with Paul.
Coach, you go into the extra frame man down. Most teams don't win when they go in the extra frame man down. What did you tell your group?
We had 3 different plays that we were going to throw at it. We talked about pressure, talked about playing 5-man, and then we just decided on shutting Rambo and going 4-man if he went inside. And I just said, play your tails off and play as fast as you can. Falcon made a huge save, and here we are, man. Thank God, and thank people. And I love you, girls. Sam, Abby, Lucy, Emily, if it wasn't for you, Julie, we wouldn't be here.
Coach,
we just won the national championship.
Unbelievable game. When you were 3-3, and you had that team meeting, in your wildest dreams, what made you think that this moment was possible?
The character of those young men over there. They're unbelievable kids, young men, and they worked their tails off, and they believed, and they never quit, and they played 60 minutes, as you saw today. Plus, we just won the national championship, baby.
Coach, it's well documented. This has been an emotional roller coaster. This team dedicated this run to Michael Bresci, your son, who passed 12 years ago. Your wife, your kids are up there. The connection's real. Describe emotionally what's going on right now.
Are you kidding me? I can't thank these young men enough. The coaching staff is incredible. I love Julie and my 4 girls up there. We did it. We did it, and we did it for Mike. Unbelievable, unbelievable. So proud.
Congratulations.
Thank you, babe.
Words don't do it justice. Matt Rambo played his heart out. If you're a Maryland fan, you can't ask for more than what #1 gave you. He'll be back. Austin Pafani, his good friend. They'll joke about it now, but they'll remember this one for the rest of their life. And there's the Bresci family and the Tar Heels. Tar Heel faithful. The 91 team on hand to celebrate their 25th anniversary. And again, the man of the hour, the man of the month of May. Mr. May in Chapel Hills, Chris Cloutier. And his longtime consigliere, Coach Holman, who went down to Chapel Hill with him when Joe returned to his alma mater. After one of the greatest saves you'll ever see, Kyle Bernlohr couldn't stop that one.
Six losses. No team in NCAA tournament history has ever won a title with 6 losses. And that's a tribute to Coach Bresci. Bresci's always super positive attitude. You know, we talk about it all the time, how he's always a half-full glass guy, and he's always looking forward, and didn't pound this team after all those losses.
But he did get after him. He said, unlike I did get after him in practice, and I haven't let up. There was, as Paul mentioned, that team meeting in a hotel in Massachusetts after UMass beat them to drop them to 3-3. And they got after each other, and they said, we got to start taking some pride in this uniform, and someone's got to step up and be more dynamic offensively. Well, speaking of stepping up, Chris Cloutier stepped up in a big way in the postseason. He's standing by with our Paul Carcaterra.
14 goals in 2 games, Eamon. 9 Saturday against Loyola, 5 including the game winner today. Chris, your team went man down. When you get the ball on offense, the ball's in your stick for one final shot. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking shoot it as hard as I can to that low corner. That's my go-to spot every time. And, you know, I found it, and it worked.
You are the Capital One player of the game. Well-deserved. The weekend. Take me back to Friday, before you even played in that first semifinal game. What was your mindset personally to put on this type of performance in the Final Four?
You know, coming into Friday, I didn't know what to expect. Never been in a national championship before. And, you know, I couldn't sleep on Friday night. My nerves were going. But I woke up, and everyone was just ready to go. Wasn't as much pressure on us, being the unseeded team, and, we owned that. And I knew that if I just came in and played as loose as possible, we would get the job done.
How would you characterize the emotional attachment during this playoff run with Coach Bresci?
You know, from the start of the playoffs to the end, you know, Coach Bresci is just always there for us, and, you know, especially in Columbus, that was really emotional for him and even all of us. And lately we've been clinging on to playing for something bigger than ourselves, and that is just way bigger than us. And, you know, it really motivates us and pushes us to do our best.
Congratulations, 14 goals in 2 games. Pinch yourself, you're a national champ.
Thank you.
They thought this was the year. They had a lead in the 4th quarter. They had a man up in overtime. But yet maybe the Heels had a little bit more. What a moment for that man and this program. You talk to the guys who played with him at North Carolina, where he was an All-American defenseman, one of the best players in the history of the program. Guys like Dennis Goldstein, they'll run through a brick wall for Joe Bresci, and this is for the whole North Carolina lacrosse program. What a year for North Carolina, the first school to win the men's and women's championship since Princeton did it in 1994. And even when they got into the tournament, Quinn, as you mentioned at the beginning of the year, they were sweating out Selection Sunday, Joe Bresci told us yesterday. They were watching the brackets be released. They saw Navy get in. They saw Hopkins get in. They're like, whoa, is there really any room left for us?
First unseeded team to win the NCAA tournament since lacrosse has gone to the tournament back in the early 70s. And, yeah, you watch their Marquette game the first round, and you're like,
not dominant.
Really jumped all over Notre Dame, and they rode that. I worried about them coming here to championship weekend and having an emotional regression. If anything, that showed them what they were capable of, and they just rode that wave.
And as Joe Bresci mentioned to us yesterday, this team doesn't have pressure. He's had teams that were more talented than this. Last year's team with Sankey, Bitter, and Tutton. The team that lost to Denver and Indianapolis with Marcus Holman, one of the greatest players, and all those guys when Steve Pontrello was a freshman. They had a big lead in that quarterfinal game in Indianapolis against Denver. They never could quite get over that hump because maybe they gripped the sticks too tight in the postseason and they thought about it too much. Well, this team was loose. I mean, Chris Cloutier last year, did he score? I mean, these guys...
He played in 2 games last year and had 1 goal.
1 goal.
Pontrello went from 11 goals to 50. Patrick Kelly went from 6 to 26. Tagliaferri went from everybody improved, and for the first time in a decade, this was a team. They made each other better. And Cloutier was the star once again, the sophomore from the Hill Academy, north of the border, tutored by Brody Merrill. He didn't play field lacrosse till his junior year of high school. And you see how the big lefty can operate in tight spaces and finish in a crowd. Rebound in front, that's about as easy as it gets. But once again, we said if Cloutier finished this game with clean white shorts, there'd be a good chance that he'd be hoisting that gold trophy. He gets to the inside and tiptoes, dances his way to the heart of the defense. Mid-range, that's the name of his game. The kid hasn't missed for 3 weeks.
And there's the game winner, the one they'll be talking about in Chapel Hill for years and years to come. And they bring that trophy over to celebrate with their fans and the players on the 91 team. And again, of course, it never would have happened if not for a tough save by Brian Balcom, and he's standing by with our Paul Carcaterra.
Brian Balcom, that winning save in the overtime. How did you do it?
Well, we were man down, which is always a tough way to start off an overtime in any game, especially the national championship. But you know, we struggled a little bit on the man down the entire game, and usually that's one of our strong points. So we knew we needed to make a stop. What better time than in overtime? You know, our defense was moving fast. They got around the outside pretty quick. They were passing the ball really well, and you know, they just opened up a shooting lane, and I was just able to make the save, and you know, we were able to clear it, and it's all history from there.
1993 is a long time ago. That was the last time championship weekend the Heels felt it. 91 was the last time you won it. You weren't even born. When you came to Carolina, why did you think this was possible?
Because of Coach Bresci. All the credit to him. I think he's the best coach in the world. And, I mean, he's not even a coach. He's a father. He's a father to all of us, every guy that's ever played at Carolina. And, I mean, this is all for him. And, you know, no one's guaranteed anything, but coming to a place with a coach like that, with a tradition like this, you knew that you were going to get an opportunity.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Paul.
We can talk about how great and tradition-rich this program was. They were not at the top of the lacrosse world when Joe Bresci took them over. It had been years since they won an ACC game. Now, they are national champions. Congratulations to the North Carolina Tar Heels. They win their first national championship since 1991. For Paul Carcaterra, Quint Kesenick, and our entire ESPN crew, what a year of lacrosse we had. What a title game we had. But we are not done yet. North Carolina wins it 14-13, but here we go. A trip to the quarterfinals is on the line, and we are underway from Providence. There's a Sports Center top 10 moment for Henry Blinn.
Towson Tigers upset the defending national champions.
ESPN Sports Center top 10. Reason, Connor Fields.
The Navy doubters just got popped in the mouth.
Perkovic, that's a freight train coming downhill, and he buried that shot.
Release the Hounds into the quarterfinals.
Rambo
turns and fires for the goal.
Ooh, that hurts bad.
Maryland does it again. They move on to championship weekend.
The Bears and the fans have come to life.
Now the rebounder going to get it back again. Unbelievable. Going a shot from Kyler Balestri. Brown holds on to win it.
What an effort by Steve Pontrello. Look out, Epple gets popped. It's all Tar Heels now. The round is over. The Tar Heels are returning to the Final Four.
Everybody.
Osprey, and he scores on target there. And Loyola is going back.
Welcome back, North Carolina. It's been a while.
.45 in blue is going absolute beast mode.
3 goals in 15 seconds. All Carolina right now. Under Tillman, the Terps have knocked on the door, trying to win that championship for the first time since '75.
The shake is real.
Send that one to the tour time committee.
How about this game? How about this action?
Rambo to Hika. They've been doing it all year, and they just put the Terps in the championship game. Whose title drought is coming to an end in Philadelphia? What a start for North Carolina. Here's a shot for Goldstock. He is feeling it right now. Unsettled Rambo has 3.